which at this point, that's nothing.
All right. I'm good to go.
Okay, let me summarize for you what happened last time. Gosh, I need the font bigger on this. So, you guys started off by fighting the Treants, and Awakened Trees, the Shambling Mount. When you defeated them, you won the Staff of the Magi, Goram. Pretty sweet.
That's all.
The best.
After this, Escanor tries to save Aya from, getting sucked into,
But
the
he
ground.
got sucked good.
But when he tries to save him...
It was actually Gideon who
Oh,
got
was
it.
it? Oh, you're right.
Escanor
You're right,
and
you're
I
right.
tried and failed. It was Gideon who managed to
So Gideon then learns that the storm, this foe that you guys have heard about, isn't one person but 5, and is also your guys' parallel
Father.
called by an island. So where the gods chose you as champions, an island picked 5 champions himself. So that's also why they have this ability to cast Black Lightning. You also learn that when struck by Black Lightning, you can't heal from its effects. So it's pretty bad stuff. You then retreated with the druid boy, Lannis, and he took you to his circle where you guys received slight healing, but for the most part, you attuned to the Staff of the Magi. Rattles did. You then use sort of, not like a loophole, but kind of an extra step, which is a spell called Plane Shift, right?
Yeah, planar shift.
And what level spell is that? 7?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so it's a 7 level spell, very powerful. But you're able to shift to any location that you can name. And you then teleported to literal heaven, and then teleported back to the material plane. So essentially you expended 14 slots, but in doing so you can literally teleport anywhere you want. As long as it is nameable.
Was there a reason why it's called planar shift?
Yeah.
Is there a reason we have to go to another plane first?
Yeah, because that's the whole point of the
Have to shift
spell.
there and back.
It's not teleport, it takes you to another
Plane
plane.
shift.
But you can name any
But
location
does
on
it
that
specifically
plane.
say on plane shift that it teleports to its different?
Yeah, plane that you can name.
Yeah. But I can name the plane we're on.
Well,
I guess it's a good
I
point.
think
I
the
know.
word different probably is what
Yeah,
differentiates
if there's a
it.
keyword different.
You
Pretty
should
sure
look.
there is.
I think there was.
I think I think you guys thought about that and it said a different plane of existence.
Yeah.
Similar to you can transport people against their will, but you can't choose where they go.
To a different plane of existence.
Yeah. So it's it's not meant to be a teleport, but to be fair, I think teleport's a level 6 spell. So this is more powerful than even teleport. But
You and up to 8 willing creatures who link hands in a circle are transported to a different plane of existence.
Well, yeah, because there's lots of materials
So,
that you can't get on our plane.
you guys went to Rinjax and returned you gave him the Staff of the Magi, which he told you he only needs 2 days. So you can return on the 11th. It's currently the 9th that we're going to be starting. And by then, the staff will be yours until you defeat an island, at which point you have to give it back. The blizzard is still coming. And so it hasn't hit yet. You also learned from Rinjax, he studied that pebble. Remember that pebble that had an island's death aura on it? He told you that he knows of 2 ways in which to counter it. The first is by becoming undead, like getting bit by a vampire, or becoming a wight, or a revenant. Undead are completely immune to this aura. And the second is to counteract it with an equally powerful aura of life, which he himself cannot create. However, he suggested you go to the Seleron, the Saints of Seleron. They may be able to create something that can counter it. I think that is... Yeah, I think that's all we covered last time.
We also... So Ian gave him the potion of longevity.
Oh, yeah.
And in exchange, he gave us information that Rinjax is the Mad Mage who occupies Chud.
That's right, and he gave you guys permission to go through Chud, if need be. Okay, so we're starting today at 10 a.m. It's later in the day because you guys didn't go to bed till 2 in the morning, so you had to long rest for longer. So you just finished a long rest. It is the 9th of Belmec, and it is snowing outside. The blizzard is supposed to hit tomorrow on Yag Day. It's currently Eos Day.
Let's go.
And the blizzard will last like quite a long time. It's supposed to like last several days.
Yeah, so let's just like go up to the highest peaks of the mountains.
This is our Christmas episode.
Yeah, we've done Halloween episodes, but it's time for a Christmas episode.
Okay, so
I'm not afraid anymore.
our options. We could easily trek up to the Iron Mine. Can we move the map up a little bit?
Yes.
Or maybe just zoom out so we capture Seleron's gift as well.
Maybe just do something helpful, I guess.
How's that?
That's great. Alright, so our options are leave Parthendel, ride up to the ruins of the Iron Mine ourselves. Of course, that's easy enough. We've got horses. We can get there, in a day, taking the road. And then we spend our time underground.
How much snow? Like, is this heavy snowfall where it's piling already, or?
Right now it's pretty heavy snowfall. It's not quite a blizzard because there's not like the accompanying wind and storm. But yeah, it's snowing pretty good at the moment.
We bought warm clothes previously, at least.
Yep.
But,
It's really just about getting trapped in the snow.
I just wonder how long if it adds. Will it add travel time, Tobin?
The storm? Yeah, most definitely.
So we do that, and then we will basically spend whatever time it took.
Now, you said travel underground. Where are you going to travel underground?
Like in the Iron Mine.
I see. But you'll have to go off your horse for a small distance.
Yeah.
So there's going to be... It's not mountainous, but there's like very hilly terrain. Then you have the mountains. But the mine isn't like... You can get to the mine without going through the mountains.
So we would...
So it's not that far.
We would talk with Ire, hopefully make it a kind of a deal with him, right? Where I'm like, hey, give me Shilshao, I'll take out the Death Tyrant for you. And maybe he'll bite on that. Maybe he'll just bite us in half. And then impractical, but possibly from there we could go up to the peak to your thing. But I imagine the blizzard would make that impassable.
It's hard too, just because you have to wait. But when you have the staff, it'd be so easy to just teleport.
Go everywhere. Yeah, we want the staff.
However, yeah, 14 charges for a teleport. I mean, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah.
Well, and I have 2 spell charges I can put in at the end of the day too.
Option number 2.
That I never use.
So yeah, that's Shilshao for me, which is one of my objectives, and his possible prophecy and potential death. Option 2 is we go to Parthendel, hire a crew of brave sailors to get us to the ruins to Seleron's gift, simply because I imagine the water is going to be too churny for us to get the boat there just with unseen servants, right? So we'd hire a crew, hopefully get there safely, and then we'd bunker down there for the blizzard. And like I said, maybe we can find a mithril iron mine as kind of our exploration. But also, I get to return my mithril, which I've already gotten the XP for that, right? So it's really just thematics at this point. We could explore the option of crafting the aura. We could do something for Ian's hammer.
Yeah, Escanor wanted to see if there's a way to make his hammer larger.
And my prophecy is on Seleron's gift.
So Seleron's gift has a very large list of things that can be checked off.
I'm fine with
So I think I'm leaning towards the island, just because the blizzard's going to make it impossible to get to the peaks. So maybe we come there afterwards, and after we have the staff.
Yeah, well, I think we want the staff first anyways, yeah. Because that would make that nice, being able to teleport right to the top of the peak.
Yeah. So we should be good. We should be okay going through Fanes now. Hopefully. I don't know.
Hopefully. I mean, he at least shouldn't attack us. That being said, I'm sure there's wildlife there that's not great, but...
Or just like, would people still be trying to hunt us down on orders from Wilta?
That is one thing I thought about, is we'll be moving out before the staff is finished. Because how many days will it have been since she died until the staff is finished? Because it takes 2 days for him to do the ritual, so...
Yeah, but no, that's just, he needs it for 2 days because he also has personal reasons he wants it. So it's only, because remember, he wants to use it to keep himself from dying.
So we can consider her found.
Yeah, that's the first thing he's going to do.
Okay.
So it was the
I'm not worried about
6th when we defeated her, and it's the 9th. So it's been 3 days.
It's been 1 week.
And
1 week since you looked at me.
I don't know if you ever told us the dice, like the dice that you roll, like if it was a 1d6 or 1d8.
Well, let me look.
I know you didn't tell us the actual number. That's like hidden.
Yeah, it was a 1d6.
Well, now that we know that he's doing that first, we can consider her bound, I think. So.
I think so.
Even if she wasn't bound immediately, she probably would at least turn her attention towards him over you now.
True.
Except she can't see him.
Nope.
Yeah,
All
it's kind of good to go anywhere because, I mean,
Oh,
time-wise, we have like a month left, so we definitely want to get everybody's objectives done.
We have more than that.
Yeah, you have like a month and 2 weeks,
That's the 9th.
right? Oh yeah, you have you
You got 2 months.
yeah, you have like 2 months still.
Oh, well, you made a joke earlier where you said 1 month, so I thought that was correct.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what I think about whatever you just said.
Ugh.
All right. Well, that's what we'll do then.
Yeah, that works for me.
Go to Fane's, hire your crew.
Do you get rations or anything?
You know what we should do? We should get our own.
Bed and breakfast.
Wait,
Hey.
got what?
That's what I was.
Oh.
That's what I was actually gonna say.
That's funny.
So you guys want to leave Parthendale and just head straight for the city of Fanes.
Do we need to find your friends from Parthendale who invited you for a drink?
Dude, I have not had a single non-sketchy, not dumbass approach me this entire campaign. I want nothing to do with those people. I'm sure they're nice and that it would be fun, but
At least they didn't immediately come off as charlatans.
true. But I'm about my father's business. It's I think we have to move up, and I don't want to deal with the blizzard. Although how does that work? We should get rations and stuff then.
Yeah. I think if we we could get rations before we leave
We
Parthendale.
had enough still, do we not?
I'm showing
Did
4.
we send letters already,
Yeah, I think we
Cliff?
just
I
got
can't
some.
remember. I feel like we did.
Yeah, we sent them when we left Parthendale.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I remember I told Mungravak that I had Mithril for him, and I sent a message to my boy and Delanar.
Your phone?
No?
I think it was your phone being next to the mic.
And who did you send a message to?
It was my family just telling them, like, hey, we beat a greater devil.
No biggie.
Yeah, nothing crazy anyways.
So
Pretty normal
you
for
guys
us.
have I think you just bought rations
Yeah.
in Fanes,
Oh, well.
which was not long ago, and you've been fed because the clerics fed or the
Yeah.
druids
Is
fed.
there
you.
anything else we can
Good
think of we should get for winter or anything like that? I mean, we have warm clothes already. Don't
Yeah,
know
let
what
me-
else makes ours. We get a dog sled,
Let me see what's in my inventory.
a snowboard.
So I've got ship, I've got camping equipment, smith tools.
I do a shield surfing thing like from Zelda.
Exactly.
Die immediately.
So I'm still showing we have gems worth 150 gold
We do.
Gems.
and small artifacts worth 100 gold. So we've never really unloaded those. So I haven't added them. We're just under 7,000 gold in the party gold.
Is that
Anyway,
enough to buy bread and breakfast?
yeah, maybe, probably.
Down
I
payment.
meant to divvy it up, but I'll just wait till we have more
I
people.
think it's fine to you.
Yeah.
I've got a vial of
It's
wyvern
not
poison
Done
still,
setting up yet,
Right,
but
right,
it's turning on.
and a scroll of dispel magic, and then I have your armor, swords, and
Yeah.
bows for your guys.
Yep.
Do you need to?
I don't have a way to carry them. I don't have a pack that would be big enough.
Right. So like, how does that work? Like, you use your book to summon them.
So I don't need to use the book to summon them. I should use the book. There was a way for me to refill the book, right? Dylan?
We put corpses in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
carry
then I
corpses.
should just use the books right now. The book right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And once they're summoned, I can keep them permanently summoned.
Yeah.
And then like they put the armor on,
Mm-hmm.
And then it's on them.
and then it's just on them.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're just wearing armor.
And then they're alive. Like they're with you until they die. You can't put them back in yours.
I can't put them back in the book, or can I?
No, I'm pretty sure you can. You just have to they just count
Yeah,
as
I think
corpses
they're-
when they go
So
back
like
in.
Pokemon.
No, so it's not like they
No.
stay active in the book. You can
No.
only put corpses back
Once
in
I
the
summon
book.
them, they're summoned and they die, or they
Okay.
die.
All right.
And if the body is still usable, you could potentially put
So-
it back in.
Okay, well, I'm going to use... I don't know where we are. I don't care where we are. I'm gonna summon my guys then.
Yeah.
Well, they might be slower
While you're traveling.
While they're traveling.
Are they though? Do they not travel the same speed as us?
They're not
Well, you're on horses.
Oh,
I would.
might be worth something
Yeah.
then when we get there.
But the problem with this is that I'm useless the day that I summon them. I have no more spell slots.
Oh, I see.
So I need spell slots for battle. It's just it takes a day for me to like.
But you're gonna
We'll be able to teleport.
you're in the morning, so you're gonna be useless today anyway. Like whether you use them now or later.
Yeah.
I would wait because like we're gonna be on a boat and
Okay. Yeah.
Is the spell instantaneous?
I don't think it's a ritual.
Because if you can just save it, then just wait till combat comes and use it.
Let me check. So I
So
don't know. So I have
technically
a
they
corpse
have to put
spellbook
armor
of
on.
6 corpses.
I
don't know
they
what
would
that
be able
is.
to do that.
I don't have the thing for the
Just a
for the
spell
item.
book that holds the corpses.
That's all I'm counting it as. There's no like special effect from that, right?
No.
Then I have animate dead, which casting time will 1 full minute. So
Ooh, yeah, so you
I
can't
use that in
combat.
combat.
anyway, if we're gonna be hiring sailors, some of them might not like having undead around
So
the ship, so I'd wait.
I need to figure out how to do this. Maybe I should.
I did just think of this.
Different talents.
What
or whatever
about
to
like
like?
bag of holding? Because they don't need to breathe.
Yeah, we could put them in there.
Could summon them and leave them in there to jump out.
It's probably too much.
How much?
I think they'd fit.
15?
500 pounds. I mean, the gap is wide enough for someone to crawl through, so that's possible.
We could probably. I mean, we fit 6 corpses in there, and they're essentially just 6 living
We
corpses.
put 6 corpses in there.
I mean, we could fit 6 corpses.
Isn't it? Is it? How big is it?
15
Five.
feet, I feel like. Something like that.
I thought it was a 15 by 15.
Oh.
It's like a large space.
Yeah, I mean it's a large space inside.
I like the idea of that.
I was more worried about the
Yeah.
pound,
Yeah,
the
500
weight
pounds.
limit.
They're not going to be 500 pounds though. They're just skeletons.
But we have other crap in
Just
there.
bones.
Are they gonna be 100 pounds?
Bones alone. I don't know. Should we?
Yeah,
is there a-
bones
is there a
without
weight for
meat or
that?
anything.
Skeleton 5e weight.
Lol.
It is
No, there
The
are-
first thing that pops up is bag of holding and undeads.
Because that would be my first thought. Would be like that's where I would want to store them always.
Yeah.
Just so that way you can have them active without having to have them walking around you.
Just toss it, dump it out.
I would
Like,
say
it's
probably
like a clown
what,
car. Just open it up and like 15 people come walking out.
I don't know, like 20 pounds each. Zombies would technically be more than skeletons,
Yeah.
but it's at like what point do you really want to?
Do the math.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's just say that all these people were 4'1".
So I
Their
guess
bones.
we need to buy you a bag of holding for this purpose.
So D&D
Actually,
Wiki,
would be worth it.
Yeah, I should probably have one. D&D Wiki says the skeletons variant 5e race.
That's a race, dude.
Yeah,
But I mean, that's gonna be.
it
close
is.
enough.
But if that's what we're going off of,
It's
then they
also-
weigh 10% of what their weight would be.
Yeah.
That's useless.
Well,
we
no,
don't
so
know what their weight was
Well,
when they
yeah,
were
but
alive.
it's,
Yeah,
it's because it's
15
meant
to
for creating
20
characters
pounds.
where you can have the weight scale.
Oh, I
So,
see. I see.
yeah, so it makes sense for that. No, just 20 pounds each.
Gotcha.
That's pretty right.
So 120 pounds for 6 of them. How many can I summon again right now? I don't know. Check.
Well, you have 6 corpses,
Yeah, I have 6 corpses.
so
but let me-
5 with animate dead, right? Because you're a necromancer.
Well, I just need to see how many I can maintain control over at a time.
Oh.
What's wrong? What's wrong?
It's sweet.
Oh, it's sweet.
It is. So are you.
You're sweet. That's what I was about to say.
Yes,
So
dude.
that is sweet. And that's not even a joke.
Yeah, this person from 5 years ago, like basically the exact same question as you.
That's my favorite when you see a post that's like 5 years ago, and then like 1 year ago somebody reposts like, "Hey, does anybody ever solve this?"
It's kind of hard to get. I mean, it's just whatever you guys decide.
I mean, realistically, I guess we could just look it up online. How much does a regular skeleton weigh?
I'm sure it depends on the person.
The FBI knocks
How
on my
much-
door immediately. Why are you looking at this? You
All
guys
right,
look at my
dude.
Google search
Yeah.
how to bomb the U.S. government.
So your goal is you're going to
How
summon
to
them and keep
store
them in the
a
bag of
dead
holding,
body.
correct?
You
Okay,
forget
let's
to put a
continue while you
5e
figure
on
that
it.
out because I
how
don't
many
think
bodies
that's
can I
gonna
fit in
change.
a bag?
So you guys are traveling to the city of Fanes, right? Through the
Yeah.
snow.
I'd say we just like head to the harbor.
I'd say we're in a.
Hey, Cliff, can you turn that on when you have a sec? It's
Winter
on when you
Wonderland.
like get into the thing.
Magical.
There we go.
It's like Harry Potter.
There we go. Okay. And in.
Got it?
Happy Christmas, Ron.
We're up. No names, but that's okay.
But now there's names, huh?
Now there's names. There you go.
Okay.
Where am I at here?
You guys get your horses and begin traveling to the city of Fanes. The ocean obviously is just like gray and foggy. You can't see very far into it. Clouds are gray, and there's enough snow on the ground now to where it's not really affecting your horses quite yet, but it's like you can't really walk around without getting like wet, damp, things like that.
Question: do the Masons also perform snow shoveling on the roads?
They don't really do anything. They lose a lot.
We should make snowshoes.
As you cross the bridge towards Fanes, you don't encounter anything or anyone. It's just like empty. Yeah. Clearly, people are beginning to hunker down, and the storm is definitely coming. Like, it's windy, it's cold, it's snowing, and this isn't even the blizzard yet. The real blizzard's supposed to hit tomorrow.
How long will the traveling take us to get there?
It was 13 tiles, right? A day?
Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure from here, didn't we say it was like an hour by horse?
No, I mean from. Do you mean from Fanes to
the
island? Yeah. So 1,
and it
2,
could
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Because tomorrow the staff will be done. We could just teleport anyway.
No, tomorrow will be the 10th. It won't be done till the 11th.
Oh, so he was counting today as one of the 2 days.
Because he told you that yesterday.
Oh.
And then you
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, there's no way that we're getting to Sauron's gift in a day.
I'm just worried about because I'm assuming blizzards
And-
affect the water.
Yeah, so
maybe
also,
not, though, 'cause
due
it
to
is
the
harder for it
conditions,
to-
you can only move 10 tiles right now.
In the water or on land?
No, on land.
Because actually, I was going to say that probably changes things on the water, but it probably doesn't because the seawater doesn't really freeze. Well, it can, I guess. But
It's more just like if the winds pick up and
yeah.
stuff.
Because I was like, if we have the staff, we can just teleport and not risk.
But if we're
But
sailing,
also, I kind of like the idea of going through the snow.
it's like if we're sailing through a blizzard, that's an issue.
That's the only thing I think of. Maybe our helpful water weir.
Just because normally on your horses you can ride very quickly.
Yeah.
I also did think about not wanting my horse sanding in a blizzard, but
Well, because your horse can go 24 hexes a day.
Oh, wow.
no, dang.
But right now it's limited to 10.
I mean, I just don't know what else. I want to be productive, you know?
I agree.
I don't want to just sit around at the in Parthadel.
Yeah, I agree.
And
think
no
it's
one's
fine
going to
to do
have
something.
business for us to do in a
Well, at least
blizzard.
to, meet someone or get XP or something.
Yeah, because you've already spent 6 hex, so your day's already almost over when you get to Fanes. That's 6 hexes.
Travel back at the staff.
Out of 10, which you can do in an 8-hour period. Meaning, it's already been like 5.5
I'm
hours.
assuming if
get
it's
there.
winter, it gets dark.
Which
early as well.
normally you got from here to here, horseback, within like an hour.
I mean,
Are
if
there-
it's only been 5.5 hours and we leave in the morning at like 8,
We left it.
We left at 10.
that's 10.
However,
It's 3 p.m.
now you're already at the ocean though.
Yeah.
And a boat.
Yeah, and we just make the sailors.
We
go
should
through
get
the
magic
magic
items to let our horses walk on water. That'd be kind of cool.
That'd be really cool.
Is that a thing?
Give my
Oh.
bandana of intelligence.
There's the horseshoes of
To a skeleton.
Zentir or whatever that make it so they
Probably.
can like
It
hover,
would technically
so they're
buff
not
its
affected by
intelligence.
difficult
sets
terrain.
it tonight.
And if you
It
got
works with
those, you
ogres
could
and
go
stuff.
off
Yeah,
road
so
Yeah.
without any penalty.
That'd be really funny. You could make him a mage.
I missed
How
what?
would it- I have a bandana of intelligence.
Yeah, he has
I'll
a
give that to
sword.
one of my
Skeletons.
skeletons.
I don't
Because it works
know.
on monsters.
It's a good question.
Because that would be really funny. You could have like a servant. It's
Yeah,
like intelligent.
Yeah, he'd be really freaking smart.
We should find a sailor and kill him, and give him the thing so he can.
It's
he
hard
can
to say because
operate the
it says their intelligence automatically set to 3.
I mean, that's what it's set to. But then
Yeah.
again,
No,
it's
I
would
feel like
override
the
that.
circlet
I think
should
you're
work.
right.
19.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. That's a
Yeah.
very interesting idea.
How would I teach him spells?
That might be a bad idea though, because
Yeah,
Undead
but-
can break.
Sure,
out
then
of
he could
control.
try and kill you, but maybe he'd be grateful.
I have full control. There's no like check for them to.
Yeah, if their challenge rating
Control.
goes up, there is, and if his intelligence
That's
goes
with a
up.
different spell. It's not even.
No,
Doesn't,
any undead can break free.
I don't think.
it doesn't say anything about that on the spell itself.
They can.
I've never read about it, but maybe.
Yeah,
Well-
we'll come back to that.
Well, so
I think
in
we
your
continue.
necromancer thing, there's an ability that says like overwhelming undead, so you're able to take them over, and there's a challenge rating specification for undead, which you can and can't do that.
I mean, this spell is
You
not
still
for any
just
undead. It's
hit
just
your
for
skeleton.
corpses.
Yeah, he's not dominating any undead. He's creating. But,
I'm just saying though, if you make an undead more intelligent than you, the whole point of you're controlling a mindless entity.
But every undead is more intelligent than
It's a
Rattle.
charisma saving throw anyway. So it's not.
Hello.
Hello.
The Motley Crew.
It is.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
You got your taco shirt on today?
Yeah.
It is a good shirt.
I'm making dinner this Sunday. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll send you the list.
Yeah, send me what you need me to get.
When do you need the list by?
Tomorrow, because I put in my order tomorrow and it gets
Okay.
delivered
Then I'll
Friday
send it to
morning.
you tomorrow.
It's only a day away.
It's a lot of ingredients though, but I think we have most of them because we just made it. We just need chicken and sausage pretty much, and rice.
Did you want the shrimp?
No,
How much
'cause
chicken
not
do you
everybody
need?
likes shrimp. Like I would say 7 to 8 pounds.
Okay.
Thighs or breasts, but probably.
I was going to say, I think I've got 5 pounds of breasts out in the freezer, but
Either or more, right? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
yeah, so just tell me how much you need
Okay.
and I'll get it.
Sounds good.
Okay, enjoy your game.
Thank you.
See ya.
Ooh, my body is rotting.
Hey, how was your run on Saturday? Was it nice to be in the...
Yeah, except I was sick. I still ran though. I ran and got home and was like not able to move, but I did, and it was the best time I've had in a while. It was under 2 hours.
Good.
But then I was
How far did you run?
13 miles.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it was good, dude. I was like the win.
Marathon.
Huh?
Half marathon.
Because I have to run one at the end of May. I have to do it in an hour and 45 minutes. So I really gotta.
What happens if you don't? They beat you up?
They break both your legs. You don't get the privilege to use them anymore.
You've proven you're not worthy of these legs.
So, as you approach Fanes, okay, the storm, it's windy, it took you way longer than you thought to get here. But as you approach the city, you notice something interesting. Rather than everybody being like hunkered down, which is what you noticed happening like in Parthendale
They're
for
all
the
naked,
blizzard,
standing in the blizzard.
the city is like brighter and more grand than it was when you came before. Not only that, but the streets appear to be stuffed full.
party.
Carts, stores all out, people,
It is
you can
celebration.
hear music playing.
Nothing special.
It's Christmas.
So just maybe no far's just celebrating.
It's Christmas. Have you seen that?
Yes.
Well,
I saw it.
Yeah.
Bro.
I guess I comment on the unusual atmosphere.
It does seem weird. I wonder.
Let's pull somebody aside and ask them what's cause for celebration.
What day is it?
As you get closer, you notice at first from a distance it was hard to tell because there is such a diverse population here. But as you get closer, you notice that
It's all crime.
almost everyone appears to be wearing masks. Masks, like
Tuxedos.
some are really, really elaborate, some are simple, like white masks, some are just like cloth wrapped around, but almost everybody
the
is
Day of the
masked.
Dead? Is it Halloween?
Some
Christmas?
are wearing like full costumes, some are not, but they all seem to be like devilish.
Oh, it's fans, so probably some type of devil holiday.
It's not on the calendar.
Yeah, even the devil holidays are on the calendar.
Wait, but maybe it's a new one in honor of
Maybe.
us effing shiz up.
Which is why we should ask somebody.
Oh yeah, we'll pull him aside. That was us, you know. I can say I'm wearing a mask and take my hood off. My horns are 5 feet tall. They're under my tiny hood the whole time I take them off. It's 5 feet tall. It makes no sense. Yeah, the first person we patch, we should say, hey, what's going on?
Lame. I had a festival Sunday. So you find a halfling. The halfling is in like a pretty elaborate horned devil like mask. He has a fake tail
I
on.
take mine off and say, is this a joke to you? Is this funny? Are you in fiend face?
Yeah, exactly. You're in fiend face. You're canceled. He tells you that he is just as surprised as you are. Nofar declared festivities and began peddling like food and drink into the streets. Like stores began selling costumes and masks. The reason has not been disclosed, but like it's free food, free drink. Why not?
Yeah, that always makes sense.
He says if you guys want your outfit, there's a really good stall up ahead that's selling a whole bunch of costumes
I want
for pretty
one.
good prices.
Why not?
At the very least, I want a mask because it's funny.
1,000 gold.
Sorry. What type of costumes?
They're all like
Devil.
fiend, like devil-looking ones. That's why I said the guys in
How-
fiend face.
Some of the population here are devils, but even they are like wearing it more like intricate masks. And
How much skin or like body do these things cover up?
most because it's still like a blizzard.
So I could dress my skeletons up in these fiend costumes.
Very.
That's not a bad idea.
Like it would be pretty easy to do so.
Yeah,
Most
okay.
of them are like full body.
That's actually sick. They should always wear that anyways.
exactly, right? Okay.
Okay.
Can we buy
All right. No, thanks.
Yeah, I want some.
And hey, hooray! I guess.
Happy Fiend Day. What are
Yeah.
we celebrating? Genocide or something?
As you like get like further in the city, you see that there are these huge wagons and barrels, and there are fiends like imps and lesser devils, Muragons, which are just like they have no emotion, they don't care.
They're big boys.
But they are filling up flasks of wine and just passing them out, pretty much like no questions asked.
I mean, no far. What do we?
Oh no, your thing stopped.
Did you turn it off?
No, it's playing still on my pad.
Oh, that sucks.
Fix it, Ethan.
It works so well for me.
I don't know. The devil thing seems not. I don't think they'd be nice for no reason, but it's kind of
okay.
works for us.
I can purify food and drink, so it's all good.
Kind of my thought.
You can also, any of you, make a history check too.
Rattles is already
Oh.
mine.
If Gideon were here, he could tell you more. But he's
Oh,
not.
Dog Gideon would know. I'm gonna do a history check. Yeah.
Can I get my? I'm assuming I have a cup of some sort that I keep with me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all
you
of
wear-
you have a water skin, but they're also handing
can I
out
line up
cups.
to like. Oh, I just want to go grab a cup.
I got a
Yeah,
20.
yeah. And then they give you one. No,
Alright.
they're just passing them
No
out.
questions. I
Yeah,
took
we
a
all
sip.
take them.
We got a 15.
Well, why don't you make an investigation check? Make a
Investigation.
palate check.
Palate check.
Wait, I got a 20 on history though. What does that do?
You learn that ever since the rebellion, one of Nofar's main strategies for like control and acceptance in the city is
there.
like lavish lust. Like he's been very open about like drinking and things like that.
Natty one.
Oh, brother.
What does it taste like?
He's like death.
You
good.
are
That
very,
is good.
very, very disappointed when you taste just like normal grape juice, no alcohol.
Grape
whatsoever.
juice?
It's like the strongest alcohol he's ever had. He's like
100%
bliss.
absolute. Yeah, it's like
Yeah, it's
pure
absinthe.
absolute.
I give it.
It's vapor. It's not even a liquid.
Yeah, it's
This-
wood alcohol, rubbing alcohol.
This is where the wine of secrets is from, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Rattles downs it anyway. Disgust. He drinks it in one gulp and is done.
That guy can handle his liquor.
Well, like I can't remember. In my backstory,
It's not wine.
my friends and I
It's
were
racist,
heading
it's
to Parthendale to get the wine of secrets, and that's like when we stumbled into Ayr's cave, and so like we never got there. So like my whole character is like he's never had wine of secrets, though I think we got it early in the campaign from somewhere. I think
We went to the temple of
You
secrets
guys,
at some point.
so also, just a reminder, Linus, you guys asked Linus to accompany you,
Oh,
which he only can do for a short time, but he is still with you.
Oh,
He is,
our
oh.
druid friend.
That's the.
We could have just had him teleport us.
Yeah. What?
he's probably never been to.
No, remember, he hasn't been anywhere.
I meant to
east
this
of-
city.
He's never been here. Remember,
This is west, not east.
Well, he's. Yeah, I was like, what are you talking about? Yeah, so you can't go anywhere. He couldn't teleport you even back to Parthendale, so.
Yeah, I remember. He couldn't even
But
like-
now he could
Why
because he
couldn't you
marked
tell
a
us
tree.
back to Parthendale?
Because he hadn't been there so long. Now he can,
Oh,
but I'm just
yeah.
saying he wouldn't know. He couldn't teleport you to
Yeah.
Fanes. He's never been.
And he can't take us to Seleron's gift because there's no trees there.
Although I guess he could have turned into a big
It's
shark.
deforested. They're like dying on the island. They need help.
He
so
could have
bad.
turned into a big shark and pulled our boat.
It's true. He could call us shark.
He's kind of like very weary and kind of disgusted. This isn't the type of thing that he has seen before. He would prefer to wait outside the city for you to return, or at the dock.
Yeah, he probably didn't like the city very much. That's
He does
fine.
not, and the streets are like packed.
Just be really careful, because
I'm gonna cast purify food and drink on mine. If you want me to do it on yours, I can too.
I'll just drink mine just so we know for sure. Because Rattle will be Rattle either
Yeah,
way,
right.
but now we'll know if it's spiked if I drink it.
So I'm the control group. You're the experiment,
Yes,
and then I'll drink mine.
I'll drink mine too.
Danik is also drinking it, but he's spitting it out after each sip. But he continues to
Like
drink
a small egg.
Mm-hmm.
So,
No, he spits it back in the cup.
Oh,
are they still handing it out? Can I go grab another one?
Yes.
They'll hand me another one?
Yeah.
Even though it's not good, even though it's
Yeah.
just grape juice.
I want to take another sip. I want to test this one out. I got it from a different person. Are there more people handing it out?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
tons.
Okay. I want to taste this one now.
What
Only one
wine
is the
tastes
real.
like?
Should I roll again? See what it tastes like?
Yeah, if you would like.
I would like to know. Yes, I got a 7. Do I add anything to this?
This one is...
Tastes like grape juice.
It
No,
says
it-
investigation, actually. Shit, I should have added many.
It still just kind of tastes like grapey juice to you.
Okay, and Rattle's done. That's it. This is the last class.
What about a 13?
You identify as it's wine, but you probably haven't had enough experience with wine to know like the intricacies of the flavor. So
I go,
honestly,
This is beer.
you'll have to interpret that like as you want for your character, but it is the wine of secrets.
Oh, okay.
like I only
But-
drinks.
It's probably just like super diluted, right? Like
Rattle
that's my
just
guess.
Rattle is not even able to comprehend wine.
quantity over
Yeah.
quality.
You don't have those taste buds as a bird. No.
Yeah, it must be, because, 20 intelligence, but I don't know shit.
Well, this is interesting. Sounds like there's no organized events that are going to happen. It's just a big
like
party.
festivals, basically.
Do we know
Random.
anything about the Wine of Secrets? I missed.
It's just like when, alright, meta, right?
Yeah.
When we rolled the campaign, right? His group had like some product that was like famous in the city,
Oh.
and he
There's-
chose
So there's nothing special
It's-
about it. It's
no.
wine. But it's
just a wine that's
Apparently,
made
it's
of-
piss wine.
It's
It's essentially a boon for the city when like the world generator does it. So it's like the best wine in the world.
But it tastes like shit.
Well, to you.
In true to real life, nobody can tell the difference between it and any other wine.
And it probably is good normally, but it would make sense that it would
The
be
stuff
super
they're handing on the
watered down.
streets is watered down.
It's not like aged. It's not
Not great.
probably is grape juice, grape jelly.
Okay, so
Energy jelly.
I'd say this is all well and good. Let's go to the harbor, see if we could find anyone.
I want to first see if we can purchase this.
Yeah, I
thing.
want some of the costumes too.
Oh yes, definitely.
As you guys, so Lannis has gone to the harbor to wait for you. He turns into like a little bird. Danik is kind of getting lost in the crowd a bit, but you already know your time with him is pretty much over.
Yeah, because his like.
Yeah, he told you guys that he was gonna part ways.
That's a good
However,
place to leave him.
Danik does kind of tell you he hopes to see you again, and he's really staring at you, Rattle, when he says this.
I go in for an embrace.
He accepts the embrace.
I often feel like we've shared a reflection in the same name.
I'm gonna give him 10 gold. Is that
Yeah.
good?
Something.
I'm gonna give him just 10 gold to go off with his travels and whatnot.
He thanks you for it. He said it was quite the adventure, and he's grateful to have had it, but he's also very grateful it is over. Though he hopes to see you again, but if you ever need a guide to guide you through the mountains or anywhere else, seek employment elsewhere, please.
I want to go to him and act like it's a really big deal. Like one of my prized possessions. I have a bow and tooth necklace I got from somewhere. I don't
Yes.
remember where.
For one of the idiots, one of the monsters that think in the mountains.
Yeah.
Is this important to Rattle, honestly, or is it just like you're trying to make it seem
Honestly,
important?
he's trying to make it seem.
So make a
it's
deception
not
check.
important to him, but but he does care about his friend Danik, and so he wants to give him something.
Yeah, he just has nothing to give him.
Yeah.
Well,
exactly.
and he doesn't want to actually part with anything actually valuable.
Yes. Yeah, I give him my +3 sword.
That's a 19, actually.
When you offer it to
My
him,
grandparents gave this to me.
Danik has to wipe away a few tears as he receives it, and he immediately puts it on, and he vows that until you meet again, he will not allow the necklace to leave his neck.
Beautiful. It's perfect.
But then sadly, he skips off into the crowd, and slowly you lose
To the
sight
nearest
of your companion, Danik, who has been with you.
I see
so
tomorrow
long.
and the necklace is gone. He's like, I sold it to you.
He's dead, completely naked, but the necklace is still there. Nobody wanted it.
It's dead in the gutter. That's probably how it went, though.
Probably.
As you guys are making your way towards the stall to get like your costumes, Mazrax,
Yo.
you turn around. You feel like something kind of pry at your belt,
Every now
and you spin around just in time
Static.
to see like a pickpocket. A little imp that was trying to slip something off your belt, and as soon as like you turn around, he hadn't taken anything yet, but immediately, obviously, you've caught him red-handed.
Yep.
Says, oh, your belt was loose.
However, after this, you kind of notice that there are a few of these imps throughout the crowd
Yeah.
doing something similar, and so it might be wise to check your pockets.
Guard your possessions.
Did Rattle see this? Can I make a check to see if I saw this happen?
Well, they'll probably
Well,
tell us.
I'll just shout it out. I'll just be like, pickpocket!
What is the charge?
I'm gonna hold a firm grasp on this guy. Not that I'm strong, but
I mean,
Go ahead and just make a dexterity check.
it's not great.
can I
either.
make a dexterity check?
No, just him, because he's the only one close enough.
Yeah,
He
that's
doesn't
a
steal
fail.
anything.
I can cast a spell.
What'd you get?
4.
Yeah, you try, and the imp slips through your fingers and kind of dives through the crowd.
Oh, it's like tiny.
But I can
Yes,
I
He's
can
pretty small.
cast command
Okay,
to
it's up
stop.
to you.
Halt.
Yeah,
Everyone on the street.
Well, yeah,
Is there a save he needs to make?
yeah, there is. Find it.
That's racist. Just because he was an imp near you doesn't mean he's stealing.
Yeah, that is messed up.
You have no proof. He didn't take anything.
He didn't take anything.
What is the charge? Eating a meal?
A succulent Chinese meal.
This is democracy manifest.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Wisdom saving throw,
And you're safe.
15.
That is a fail.
Okay. Yep.
So the imp stops, but after yelling pickpocket, after casting a spell, you're beginning to draw some attention around you. More people are kind of looking over. While the celebration continues, more people begin to stop, kind of gather around you in your group.
That's fine. Yeah, so I just I'm gonna tell these two there are others as well. Keep an eye out for them. And I want to go to this guy and basically tie him up.
I don't have any pockets to pick.
And I'll kind of search the crowd for someone who looks responsible and then be like, where's the constable?
You see a few Muragon, kind of main guard force of the city, standing around, but almost all of them are kind of occupied, shuffling people around, handing out alcohol, wandering the streets. But they would be the ones to go to.
All right, so can I say I've secured this guy?
He's
Okay.
cursing in another language. The whole
Wait,
time.
I understand Infernal.
He's telling you what crime he possibly could have committed. He didn't take anything.
I didn't do
He said he was just straightening your belt, that's all.
I believe him.
Attempted.
Attempted belt straightening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand him. I talk back.
Yeah,
Stop.
I'm not going to respond. I'm not going to
You
respond.
disgrace
So
yourself.
as you're walking away, he says, if you turn me in, bud, you're never going to get your friend's sword back. Not ever.
Wait, which friend? Here, hold on. Hold on. Which sword?
You look down immediately to
No
see
shot.
that your belt is gone along with your
You are
scabbard.
kidding me. Yeah, I say, nah, he's kidding. We won't turn you in. Where's my stuff?
Rattle looks around his own being, sees if anything's stolen.
It
You
looks
got
like
the necklace back.
nothing was taken off of you
Okay.
that you can see.
I want to pay extra attention to that now.
So,
In fact, if I can, I don't know if this will really help me, but I want to. Can I cast a spell discreetly, or will it draw attention here?
Pretty much anytime you cast magic, it'll cause. It's pretty much just like saying a word out loud. So it may not cause a ton of attention. You're in a crowd, as long as the spell doesn't have some crazy effect.
No, I just want to cast Arcane Eye. So
Okay.
above me, which basically what it does is I mentally receive any visual information in the eye, and I can see as normal vision, dark vision, 30 feet in every direction.
Couldn't you just use your familiar?
Yeah, but I don't think I can receive. I think I have to pay attention to get information.
True.
From that.
An arcane eye, I think, is much more powerful.
This one's it's constant mental.
And it can go anywhere.
information.
We do have
Surveillance.
locate object. As
yeah,
well,
I've
don't
got
we?
locate object, and I'm going to
Just in
use
case,
that.
but this guy might be able to tell us because
Hey,
I speak infernal.
And he offers if you let him go and agree bygones be bygones, he'll make sure that you aren't targeted for the rest of the day, and he'll make sure your friend gets his sword back.
Now that I cast that though, can I see his sword anywhere near us? It would still be hard to pick out in a crowd, probably.
Yeah, so you see a bunch of... you don't see his sword. You don't see anyone with his sword. But you see maybe one or two imps that may be doing something similar. In this city right now, though, imps are on things like seagulls in a parking lot. They're just... they're covering all sorts of surfaces. But you see one or two that may be suspicious. But that's the best lead you have.
And these guys, if killed, would go back to the hells, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. So let me, assuming this is all kind of happening at once, then let me say, or I can just hand you over to my friend and he'll give you a one-way ticket back to your home realm.
Yeah, and he says, but that doesn't have to happen. Like, if you let me go.
And let me hand him to you, Avius, and say, Avius, here.
He's obviously sketchy.
And then I'm gonna.
Oh, wait, it's called. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'll probably.
I've got spell slots to burn, so I'm just gonna cast locate object to find it, because it'd be kind of nice just to.
If it's
Yeah.
on one of the imps that are nearby, I can have the eye follow them.
Yeah. So like, I think we can do this without having to deal with this guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll an insight, and depending on, I'm deciding what Atheist would do.
Also, I'm assuming, I mean, we passed it, so you guys know. I will say I did summon the skeletons and they're in the bag of holding.
Oh.
6 of them.
Okay, like on
So,
the way,
Yeah.
and got armored up and stuff then too.
They're all armored up and
Okay.
everything. So,
We have our costumes as well, correct, or not yet?
I don't think we bought this
Yeah.
yet, so I want to get this for them.
But yeah, I like Mazrax would deal with this guy if we had to, but he'd prefer not to, and I don't think we have to. Between your eye, my locate object, and your good looks.
I'm more just interested in what he says. Because I think Atheist would realistically get his sword back and kill him anyways. But I'm also just, I want to see what Tobin makes up for.
And like, hey, if we can kind of follow this guy back to his den and break up a smuggling ring, right?
That was my other thought, is if we can get to where they're pickpocketing everything, we might find a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, that's true. We can also always play the, hey, we're friends with Nofar card.
Yeah, true. And it might be worth.
Sorry that your sword got stolen.
I knew it was a high possibility because I don't have a high perception. And the second he started talking about pickpocketing, I was like, that's probably the only thing that could be taken off me.
If my weapon got stolen, it could be like, meh, we'll get a new one.
Yeah, well, we're high enough level either way now where I'm not too worried about finding it.
But it's your blood sword, right?
Yeah, which I could always get another one of those as well. The problem is then I have to go cut another devil for really high level to get it as strong.
All right.
Alright, so I handed the imp to Avius to hold on to, and I'm going to cast Locate Object
Okay.
on his sword.
Can you? I was like, can you cast it in his place?
Well, I just
mean,
have to be
you've seen it,
familiar
though.
with
I guess
it.
you're probably familiar enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've traveled together for a long time.
Okay.
I've swung it around when Avius is sleeping.
Yeah. I keep waking up, I'm like, why is this scabbard so beat up? You're swinging it against a tree. To the side of a rock. The blade's always chipped and like bent.
If I chop this 10,000 times, I might get a gold item.
Exactly. You're a smith, so you're like repairing it every day.
Yeah. Like, hey, Escanor, can you mend this for me?
Okay. So you are able to detect the direction of the object, and it's close by. It takes you to like an alleyway.
Okay. And can I relay this to him so his arcane eye can basically track this?
Yeah, I mean he's with you, isn't he?
Yeah. Yep.
Just so we don't lose
if-
it.
It's Danik.
Yeah, so it's moving down an alleyway.
And is it invisible?
It's invisible.
Okay.
And it has movement as fast as we are, 30 feet per action.
Around or whatever.
And can it become invisible?
It is always invisible.
Oh, okay.
And how far away from you can it get?
Infinite. As long it can't go to a different plane, but it can move as far away from me as I want.
Okay. So that makes me feel good. Like, we don't have to stay right on these guys. We
Yeah.
can basically track them back.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming I can see them with the eye and I can follow them.
So you go down the alley to where it's like a lot quieter, not so many people, and there is an old halfling. Half of his face is like burnt and bandaged up, and he's like cackling and laughing as he's like counting, like going through just junk. And you see that one of like this imp flies over, dumps the sword in the pile of junk, and this halfling immediately picks it up and is like, oh, and like starts looking at it and examining
Well, he's gonna get a very close look soon.
You also can't, you know for a fact, he can't really use it.
Yeah.
Only you can attune to it.
So, I think, so knowing that we've located whatever he's on it, I'm basically going to turn to the imp now and say, like, what else do you have to offer? Because right now things aren't looking very good for you.
He says, you don't have anything on me, bud.
Oh, okay.
I guess we don't have any proof, but...
So what's the punishment for theft in this city?
He says, what did I steal?
That's the problem, he didn't get anything.
Well, conspiracy to steal.
He kind of chuckles and is like, I can tell from your armor you're not around here, bud. He said, this is Fanes. You're a little out of your league in this city.
Yeah, and we happen to have a direct connection to Nofar.
He says, all right, take me to Nofar then, bud.
Good.
Maybe you can just get there yourself after you get back from Fanes. Atvius, go ahead and...
I'm gonna hold him, but you can lead me to the sword, right? I'll show him the sword real close. He can see it close.
The sword.
Yeah,
Go there.
we can
Actually,
walk over there and I can kill them.
Rattle, you need another corpse, don't you?
Could use one.
Oh, this guy will turn into ash.
Yeah.
But, I can show him why I have that sword. Like, does he understand what that sword is?
I think I'm basically just trying to intimidate this guy.
Yep.
Did he tell you where the sword was, or did you just...
No.
He
Because we didn't need to make the deal.
Yeah. Did you... I'm just recapping the conversation. He said that if you turn him in, we're never going to get the sword back.
Yeah.
But we already know where the sword is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we haven't really let that on.
Yeah. So we could just turn him in.
Yeah, we can.
I don't think anything will happen if we turn him
I don't
in.
think
I'm thinking I'm just going to kill him either way.
Yeah.
I just want to do it with my sword.
I'm gonna... So I just want to, try and intimidate him then into telling us more and be like... I want to give him basically the details of what I saw. It's like, all right, I know the halfling guy that you guys are turning items into and wherever down that alley. And I want to, give information about the area just to see if I can scare him into telling us more.
Go ahead and make an intimidation check. But you can make it with advantage because you're providing information that, from his knowledge, you shouldn't have.
Yep. That is a... Plus my intimidation sucks. It's only 12.
Let's do it.
And plus 1.
He says...
I was trying to get there. I have a +4, but...
He does kind of begin to, his face kind of, softens. He does kind of crack a bit. He says, listen, man, what do you want from me, okay? I get paid a small amount to steal some stuff, man, okay? I didn't steal anything off you. I didn't steal anything off of your friend, all right? What do you want from me? He says, I don't have anything. I don't own anything, dude.
Sure.
So the eye is, has... The arcane eye has, omnivision. So it can, see everything that's around it. It doesn't have to, look at specific stuff. Can I also see anyone that's wearing something really valuable in the crowd?
Well, isn't the eye in the alley?
Yeah, I mean, they can be very few ways, so I'm wondering if there's a crowd nearby, how deep in the alley it is or where.
No, so in this alley, it's separated
It's
from
further
the
away
crowd.
from the crowd. Got it. Okay. Then I won't use that.
You could try to spot something as Rattle.
Yeah.
I don't really care if this imp is stealing from people since they're all, weird heathens and, masochist weird sex
I'll just
perverts.
look around myself.
But, I only want my sword back. I don't really care what the imp does.
Can I make a roll to see what I can spot around me in the crowd?
Yeah, sure.
Dude, I'm rolling for shit. Damn. What would this be? Investigation?
Why don't you just tell him to work for you?
Perception.
That's what I was going for, but I wanted to say something specific.
I'm going to have problems with, just random theft.
True.
Not that I can control you, but,
Yeah.
just so you know, I will contest that. But what I'm more concerned about is bringing this guy to the halfling and him basically yelling. I'd like to gag him before, just so that he can't.
Yeah, I was gonna say
position.
whoever holds him does not go down the alley, so we can't warn him.
Okay.
Or we could stuff him in the bag of holding, but then he could rip it actually. So never mind.
Oh yeah.
Reynolds will stop for now. We'll just... He intimidated him. That's good enough. I'll let him
Let's
handle the
just
situation.
hand this guy in. Let the guards deal with it, so we don't have to deal with him anymore.
Yeah, I'm worried they'll just let him go immediately though.
I think we should just go get a sword first.
Yeah, I think that has to be the
Rattles
first thing.
is
So what do we do
reality.
with the imp?
Hold him.
Yeah, I get him.
I mean, you have him in your hand. It's not like he's gonna get away.
He's got him.
He's got him. Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it's not like you have a sword to hold.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, I have a short sword.
So are we all going in?
Might as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter. One of
Is
us
there
can walk down
an
there.
exit to the alley, or is it dead end?
Oh, yeah. Can I map that out?
No, so there is an exit.
Okay.
First of all, there's a building with like a back entrance, and then there's two entrances into the alley itself. Both are long and like thin.
Should we all take one? Like, I can just walk down the actual...
Well, I can always try to command him again.
True. Because I am also very strong and very fast, so
I'm just worried
I can
that-
beat him to death with my hands, but...
I mean, they're going to have... Rattles is thinking they're going to have this alleyway obviously like set up for like theft.
Yeah.
So they're going to have spot out
Yeah.
lookouts that are probably going to tell them to hide and run away if we're seen going in.
But you'll be able
but
to
they
follow
don't
up.
know
I mean, I can always follow.
that anything was stolen from us.
As you guys are doing this, by the way, you hear these like loud horns blast like further in the city, and the people in the street begin to like clear.
All right,
To,
let's
like,
just go into the alley.
Yeah,
Like,
we're just
let's
dive into
yeah.
it.
well, people are still partying. They're just like going
Yeah,
to the
sorry.
sides.
Yeah, I'm assuming
Just so
there's
you know.
probably no fars coming through in the
Yeah.
palisade or something.
But send my owl out to just kind of like circle the area where the crowd is, so I can see if I need to what's happening here.
You got eyes everywhere.
It looks like something is coming down from the higher city.
Okay.
I just want to get your sword back. I don't want to lose that. So let's.
Yeah, well, also, I don't want to waste 10 hours on this.
Yeah.
It's I'm just going to walk down the alley until I see the guy.
Is one of you blocking the other
Approach.
entrance?
Can't. I mean,
Good
how
idea.
long would that take to go around?
Not that long.
Okay, then I'll go around and you
Yeah.
two can stay
Yeah.
together since
Yeah,
you got the
then
eye.
I'll just walk down the alley, and I'm assuming he has some kind of stall or something, or is he just a bum? Like, he would need to resell the stuff he stole, so I don't know.
Yeah, from here it's just like a little wood scrappy table. It's not like a fancy setup or anything like that.
No, at least he has a table, that's all I need to know, so I'm just going to walk down until I get to him.
Make the sound cut out again.
It did, dude. Why is it doing this?
I think it's your
Taboo?
It
talent.
might be, but it hasn't done it with this the past like several times. Okay. Are you going stealthily or just gonna like?
No, I'm just walking, like, nonchalantly, like, there's no... he shouldn't be afraid of me. Yeah.
So as you kind of begin to go back there, this halfling like turns around when he sees you, and he's like, "Hey, this is private area. Go back to the street where the party's at."
Oh, I'm sorry, I was told I could purchase certain wares here.
Says you were misinformed, bud. This is private property.
Can I say it in Infernal? Just because
Yeah.
it calls imps, I'm going to say that in Infernal and be like, "Oh, an imp told me I could buy stuff here."
A little impy
told
me I could.
He responds in Infernal as well, and he says, "What type of idiot listens to imps, bud? Back to the street, if you know what's good for
My
you."
grandfather was an imp. How far away am I from this guy?
Like 10 feet, if that.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, yeah, I that's true. It would be very stupid to listen to an imp. So here's the deal. You have my sword. It's very important to me. If I don't get it back in the next minute, I am going to kill you. And I mean that.
Make an intimidation check. You can also make it with advantage. As you are, like, fully armored.
Yeah.
But you don't have a sword.
Unarmed.
I'm a fully natty. Well, I have a short sword.
But he's like a small...
But also, I mean,
halfling.
I'm strong enough to kill him with my hands.
Yeah.
16.
He kind of lifts his hand and is like, whoa, okay, bud, you gotta take it to a serious place. He's like, listen, is this your sword right here? And he pulls up your sword, your blood blade.
No. I say, yes, that's my sword.
He says, all right, no harm done. You take back your sword, you go back to your party, bud. Says, keep a better eye on your possessions. One of my boys found this on the ground. Must have slipped off of you.
That same boy's on the ground. I want to like look at it, examine it, make sure everything's normal.
Yeah, it's all intact. Your belt is even still hanging from it. It's fresh. It's still warm.
I say thanks.
He kind of gives you like a little nod. He looks like way more nervous now. Way more like friendly. He just says like, "Oh, I'm so sorry for the misunderstanding. You go and you enjoy your party. You won't get any more trouble, I hope."
He has like a little table, right?
Yeah.
I kick it
fully
over.
drunk.
I just kick it over and leave.
Is there a guard nearby that I could like flag down?
There are guards like all over the street, but most of them are busy. But you could try.
And they're
Yeah.
devils, which is why I don't trust them. Although they're lawful evil.
Are you still holding the imp?
No.
What'd you do?
We
with
turned
it?
him in, I thought.
No.
I have close to turn him in.
Not yet.
No.
Well, I was going
And
to.
yeah,
but
I'm still
yes.
holding him. I smash his face and drag it down the wall.
But when you kick over the table, tons of just like there's copper, silver, gold, but then a bunch of just junk flies, like hits the wall.
I say, oh my bad, my foot tripped.
Along with that, there's a glass bottle, like a potion, that hits the wall and shatters.
Explodes.
Yeah, and just like begins dripping. And this halfling is like begins to curse, and he's like trying to pick everything up.
Rattles is also picking up everything.
Let me try and flag a guard.
My friend found his gold.
I'm still at the end of the alleyway, but I'd like to.
The guards, even though there's a few that make eye contact with you, they don't move.
No, okay.
Most of them are like they're already doing something, but they're emotionless. Like they're wearing masks, you can't even see their face.
Okay.
Yeah, they're just fire.
You're kind of wondering, like, I have Zone of Truth, and I kind of just want to play with it. Like,
Yeah.
and you didn't need it. I was kind of like on standby, but
Oh yeah, we had to. I fully planned on killing this guy if he gave me any resistance at all, but he was nice enough to not do that.
I think Cliff wants to play with Zone of Truth, and Mazrax would be ready, but I don't think Mazrax like feels a need to bring that in. You've obviously got it covered. You've got your sword. Like,
I'm already walking away. Yeah.
So I'm just gonna continue observing from a distance then.
Rattles picks up what he can, but follows him pretty soon.
And you don't return it, I'm guessing. You just
No, I'm taking it.
He found it on the ground.
Yeah, it's mine.
Yeah.
And now I'm walking with like my hand on my sword all the time.
As you walk away, you find that you have about 22 gold pieces and 20
not
copper
bad.
pieces,
Sweet, dude.
kind of mixed together.
Yeah.
It's not bad at all.
And your feathers smell like pennies now.
Ew.
And I think my plan basically
Salty
is the gold and everything goes inside the lead-lined bag of holding. Like all our, I think our money already was in there just because we carry a lot of money and I'd hate to
Yeah.
lose it. But
And it's
I mean,
heavy.
I have 150 gold pieces on me because Rattle's been collecting.
Just don't.
yeah, I mean like I have a personal thing that probably is on my belt.
Yeah, but the
But
group funds.
the
yeah.
group funds.
Through
are,
the streets too, you see there's like a huge, not like a float, but like a huge decorated Tiamat with a devil, like a wood stick, holding each of its heads and like flailing it around,
I don't like that.
and this huge body like going through the street, and people are like celebrating, cheering, splashing wine onto it as it passes, and as it passes, you see that not all at once, but every now and again, one of the heads goes down and blows like a huge breath of like sparkling glitter of whatever color it associates with the thing. So like the black head would spit out like black, white head smells like a sparkly blue.
Is that
as
the thing that was
ice.
coming down from
Uh-huh.
Okay.
The parade.
And as it goes, people like closing behind it, and the celebration continues.
I don't think I really realized that like Tiamat was worshipped. I mean, I know like some do, but like I didn't know that was a thing in Fanes, and that Nofar would worship Tiamat. Or kind of encourage that. So
It
that's
may not
interesting.
be that Nofar worships him, but he's catering to a city full of devils, which
Right. No, it's curious.
It's cute.
Man,
Are we gonna be able to
something.
find a crew to sail today?
I know. I mean, with enough money.
Now that we're done with that, that's what Rattles will look for. He's gonna send his Can I send the eye towards the, like, how close are we to the harbor and dock?
Well, first you gotta get your costumes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I want to do that
yeah,
next. but-
you can send it towards the harbor and dock.
Okay.
I kind of meet up with these guys, and I'm just like, can we please continue?
As you
Yeah, I
get
hate
towards
the
the
Second
harbor and
City.
dock, it's like way more like quiet.
To be fair, that's
Celebrations
totally
are
my
going
fault,
on
though.
down there.
I just want to keep an eye out for any sailors that, don't look like they're busy and could, help us out.
Most, because like the party hasn't gone that far, most are like inside, and you can see that most of the buildings are just like warehouses. They aren't very full, and the ones that are, there's like a bunch of napping sailors. However, there is a tavern at the docks.
Are most sailors gonna be willing to sail to that isle?
Well, yeah. I would say first we visit the harbor master, because he might know of like brave, hardy sailors.
Dude, I'm playing a sailor next time.
And then
Nice.
if that doesn't work, then I think we go to the tavern and basically say, hey, who wants a job?
Yeah, well, during our world generation, the whole ocean's gonna dry up into a desert. So
And I won't play a sailor. I'll play a sand sailor.
And then there's going to be a tsunami when we're playing, and it'll be all
In the desert.
Yep.
dude, are you reading my notes? How do you know that?
It'll be Dune.
That happened in my last campaign.
Yeah, what?
They were in a barren valley, and
That did happen.
There were
And then,
bears in a valley,
that tsunami came and flooded
and
the
there
valley.
was sushimi.
Sushi.
Ghosts of sushimi.
So you guys go to this, like you're trying to buy costumes, right?
Fukushima.
You can see that there are very, very cheap masks, which are being sold for 5 copper each. There are more elaborate, like, full costumes that are being sold for 1 gold. They're still pretty cheap, but then there's, like, these really nice woven, like, full costumes, but they're being sold for 25 gold each.
Whoa.
But they're, like, very
That's
elaborate.
a huge
Any
price.
of these count as any type of armor?
No.
Could you wear medium leather armor underneath?
I would assume.
Yes.
These
Yeah,
are like
they're all, like,
clothes.
very loose.
Okay.
Like silks and stuff. That's kind of the clothing they wear here.
I want to buy 5 of the 1 gold ones and 1 for 25 gold.
Yeah.
Actually, 2 for 25 gold.
Okay.
That's a good way to get some attention from thieves.
Yep.
Wear the pricey stuff.
Yep.
Are you just paying for that yourself?
Yeah, I'll pick that myself.
I do like the idea of covering the undead up, though. That's a smart
that's
idea.
a good idea.
So it's a total of 54 gold.
Yes.
Did you buy one for yourself?
Yeah. One nice one for myself, 1 nice one for my skeleton. I'm gonna put the bandana on,
Ah.
and then 5 of the.
Okay.
And I will just buy one of the 1 gold ones for myself.
And then you
I'm gonna do
guys
that too.
are gonna head to the harbor.
Yeah.
I want to stow away in like alley first and put the costumes. Get my skeletons out of the bag and put the costumes on.
Okay. And how many skeletons?
I have 6.
So you have a costume for all 6.
Yeah, I want to put 5 of the like decent, the full body covering ones, but the not nice ones,
Okay.
on them, and then they're also already equipped with their armor. I'm assuming we did that before we left when I summoned them.
Yeah, right
And
there in
then
the bag.
put the nice one on the one that I gave bandana to.
Banana too?
Yeah, banana. The banana of wisdom.
Banana
Intelligence.
phone.
So as you make it to the, like as you head towards the harbor, things begin to calm down. Not quite as crazy. And your friend Lannis descends from a rooftop as a little bird and turns back into himself. He tells you that he has been watching the harbor. It's obviously like it's quiet. There's boats and stuff floating there, and there's a few sailors sleeping in the ships and stuff, but there's not a lot of activity or trade going on here.
I would imagine.
But he says he's noticed a few bodies going in and out of a tavern here in the harbor. Obviously, without there being a lot of work going on, it's hard for him to determine like who's in charge. But he at least knows that there's some people there in a public setting.
What about a harbor master?
He doesn't know because
No,
the harbor isn't
Official
going.
didn't?
Well, there's not like a guy walking around giving orders because there's like not a lot of work going on. So it would be hard to say. And there's not a bunch of boats coming in that need to be like registered and put in certain places.
So, tavern then? The tavern.
Plus, it's also like dumping snow.
I'll have my.
And what time of the day is it? Evening?
Yeah, it's getting later.
I want my
So it's like dinner time now.
familiar to just stand outside of the door on top of like the roof or something.
How long does your eye last?
It's gone by now, only an hour. So, I'll have my familiar outside.
That's a good spell, though.
And just keep
Yeah, it's a great
tabs with my familiar to see if anyone's entering that we should be aware
It's
of.
like the Goblin Camp in Baldur's Gate 3 where those dumb eyes are floating all over the place, pissing me off.
Funny enough, while the two buildings aren't connected, there is a church of Eos directly behind this building.
It's a weird
Built,
place
like,
to have a
right
church
to
of
the
Eos.
harbor. Yeah, in the city. But it wasn't always a city run by devils.
True.
And
It's
So it's
outside
like
of
a
the city
cult.
gates because it's not allowed to be.
But this bar, this
It's like
tavern, is
Shogun?
called
Yeah.
the Gold
Right.
and the Fang. And on its like wall, or like its like little emblem, you see a depiction of Eos fighting Tiamat. However,
Let's go.
it's unclear which side is supposed to be like good,
Winning.
like
Winning.
the winning or losing side. Yeah, it's like neutralized.
the gold and the fey?
The Gold and the Fang.
Fang. Oh, Fang.
Fanes.
That's the name of the tavern.
The gold and the fame.
Yes.
The golden fanes.
It is a shitty Chinese anime right now that's like getting dubbed into Japanese, but I need you to watch the second episode. There's a scene that I have, like, the animation is so funny. It like makes no sense. But I can't
Okay.
explain. I haven't shown
So,
you tonight. It's the best.
As sort of expected, the tavern inside is pretty quiet. Even though it's like in the harbor, it actually is really nice, really clean, really well maintained. Instead of just like wood, there's a lot of like stone and even like metal intricacies to the furniture and decoration. And obviously there's like a big hearth keeping the room pretty warm compared to the cold outside. And since you guys have been outside forever, not you can't really relate, you're just cold everywhere. But you guys have like cold on your cheeks and your nose and your fingers.
He has feathers.
I know, but it's like, he's just cold in his skin. I don't know what parts of a bird get cold. You know what I mean?
Depends on the type of bird, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to... What, you want me to become a birdologist so I can give your character that sort of detail? No. Your beak is a wee bit chilly.
Eos is your god,
My beak
right?
is chapped.
Okay, I mean, your god. It's everybody's
Well,
god.
she's my goddess.
The god of light.
I mean, she likes me enough to let us go there and
I
see
drank her
heaven.
bathwater.
So I want the-
Goddess, what you say.
What?
Oh, that's-
Beautiful little goddess.
she's
I'm
the
her little
golden
cake
bear.
bake, I
I'm
guess you could
assuming-
That's
say.
where we went.
Skeletons can talk. In the
Normally
D&D
not.
world.
They don't have enough intelligence.
Yeah, is it intelligence that stops them, or
Yes.
is it their like physical?
As I
capacity?
said, it's weird because the whole point is like you're not raising a personality or even a soul. It's just the body. There's no soul.
It does
in there
specify,
at all.
though, in zombies and skeletons, it says if they can talk, they know the languages they have when they were
Not,
alive.
no zombie and skeletons that say that. It says that with some other undead.
I thought it
that are,
specified
like-
it under zombies.
I thought it was
I'm
under
certain.
any undead.
No, zombies and undead. So skeletons and zombies cannot talk. They can take orders, but they can't
Yes,
speak.
normally they can't, I know, but I thought there was specifically.
There
that
are
little
some
character
undead that
page.
say like it can understand. It might say it understands language it knew in life, but not that it can speak.
I mean,
So it just understands language so it can follow orders.
ultimately it's a DM's call.
Yeah, I guess ultimately this is just up to you then. what you
I'm
want
gonna
to
say
do
if
with
you
that.
choose to make one intelligent, there may be some, I don't know, there may be some unforeseen consequences to that. Because in my mind, the reason you're able to control one is because you're just controlling like a.
But I
body.
created him. I didn't
No, you
control
didn't.
him.
You didn't create him. You're just making his body move using
That's-
dark necrotic powers. Like his soul is still in heaven or whatever, or hell or whatever. But if you put the circlet on, what
it
happens?
says, like, the wording for Animate Dead is, this spell creates an undead servant.
Yeah.
Choose a pile of bones or corpse within range. It imbues the target with foul mimicry of life,
Yeah,
raising
exactly.
it as an undead creature.
Well, it's mimicry.
So like I
so
did create
there
the life
isn't-
that's in it.
Yeah, so it's like it's fake life. It's undead.
Yeah.
So I feel
But
like
it
you
doesn't
should-
mean it has personality or anything
No,
like
it
that.
doesn't have any personality, but it could still be intelligent.
Well, so here's my thing.
True.
If you put the circlet on it, like, is it able to talk then?
Well, so it kind
I
of
think
be.
that just comes
I
down
feel
to
like
whether
it.
you
It's like
say
you're
a skeleton
buffing-
at all could talk.
I would treat it like a construct. A
That's
construct doesn't
my
have a
thought.
soul either, but you're giving it a
That's true.
semblance
Because
of
in
life.
theory, you're just making it higher spec.
It essentially is a construct.
It's essentially, yeah, it's kind of like
Yeah, it is.
writing.
I'm the one that imbued it with life.
It's a meat mech, like
So I'd
literally.
say you could put it on, but as far as
Serious
like
stuff.
benefits, the only benefit it may receive is having a higher spell save because it's not
Higher
really.
spell save. It could follow more complicated instructions.
Or like if
True.
if
Like it
he's
could guard. It could stand guard.
Yeah.
They already can do that.
but
Yeah,
if
but last
all
time
of
you said
them-
they could.
he
No,
could
No, they can always stand guard.
Yeah, they can
But then
stand
it-
guard and follow you and take basic orders.
it could report back though. It could say,
But it
"Hey,
can't.
I saw
But it can't
this."
talk.
It could determine for itself whether something's a threat or not.
So that's the real thing. So it's smarter, but it doesn't necessarily gain it. It doesn't gain any abilities. Like it doesn't gain the
It
ability.
could just
to
be
talk.
fun though to have.
I think it's a fun flavor thing. It's up to you, how you want to.
My thing is like the thing is it is cool. But I am just saying like I don't know how I would handle it. I don't know what abilities it would gain or lose becoming intelligent.
I don't think it necessarily
Don't
has to
think
gain
it
any.
gains any.
I think it's just funny to have one that's technically smart.
That's my whole thing.
So you could put one on it and just see what happens.
Like if it was able to talk, he could have it like trade for him and stuff as long as it's in a. You know, it's a familiar that has way more use than a regular familiar. It can now go places and buy things
For
and
this
do things.
situation, we can put off I guess how much depth we want to go. I just need to know if it can speak or not. It is
I
a
would say
skeleton. It's pile bones.
I'm gonna say a skeleton can't speak because it doesn't have
Vocal cords.
Yeah,
anything.
It doesn't have
But maybe we'll say the longer it's dead, the more of its like traits it loses. So maybe if you had a fresh corpse, maybe you could even get it to manipulate who it used to be, even though it's not for some sort of amount of time. But a skeleton, it may have more like magical intelligence, but otherwise it's not going to be that useful to you. Only because can't talk, can't do a lot of things like that.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I'm going to leave my other skeletons outside. I want to bring the smart one inside here, into the tavern with us.
The smart skeleton.
Yeah, the smart
Because in
skeleton.
theory, right, any modicum of intelligence
You
will
also-
still make it a better servant.
Well, I mean, the thing is, I would be like, oh, well, in combat he'd be smart, but you're controlling it.
Yeah, I have to give him.
Well, so that's what I'm
So
saying.
you're
Is
saying
like, so
he'd be
it's-
stupid?
so my point is like, if I were controlling them, I could be like, oh, I can do something cool with this, but I don't control
Yeah.
them. You do. So what am I supposed to do?
It's probably just a flavor thing.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And they do have a lot of limitations because of how stupid they are, generally. So having a smart one.
However,
could occasionally
there are
help
some
make it.
spells where you can create things like a homunculus.
For example,
What if you create a homunculus and then gave it that? You could create like
Yeah.
a very intelligent
I
servant
could do
that was
a lot.
actually capable.
I'll
of
probably
doing
use it
more.
for other things in the future, but for now I have nothing else to put this on.
Or I don't even know.
Does it require attunement?
Can I put the?
I don't think
I don't
so.
think so.
Oh yeah, because it is kind of like you put it on a monster,
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
ogre
Yeah.
in Ghost Town. Ghost Dale had it.
Yeah.
How
And the ogre in Baldur's Gate.
could I technically put this on my familiar? It's the same thing. I'm controlling the familiar.
But would it fit your familiar, bro?
I could tie a bandana
I
around.
thought
it.
magical items always
Yeah, they're saying.
shrunk or grew to fit you.
Nope, you're
Anyway, I don't want to spend too long on this
Just-
stuff, so let's keep going.
Guess
I mean, the
6
mechanics are
hours
crazy.
later.
Because
Thing
in
is,
my
Just something to
mind,
think about.
like,
we could study the philosophy of
necromancy
intelligence of undead. for
is
years.
making constructs just out of dead things. And so, like, I like the idea of being able to buff them in whatever way with items you have. Because, like, the reality is a wizard has no reason to wear a circlet of intelligence. So I like the idea of, like, your main thing is your undead things anyways. It's kind of fun to buff them. And I like the idea that Rattle's like a lonely idiot, and so now he made a friend he can talk to, even though it's him controlling it. It's like an imaginary friend that he made. Like Rattle could over time imbue a
Dude,
personality
I'm going
into
to write
the
a
undead
character sheet
skeleton.
for him and have him read and study that the whole time.
Exactly.
He has intelligence, so he can...
What we could say is, if you have him and he has this intelligence, right now he may not be capable of much, but
But like he could grow over time.
you could give, like, for
Right.
example, if he can't talk now, but what if you kill an enemy and you rip out its tongue? And you rip out it, so you can begin to
Build
add.
a
Dude,
flesh
I'm going
golem.
to
Exactly.
train this skeleton to become the commander of my other skeletons. He's
Train him to be a
So
sailor.
we'll say as long as you keep this guy like alive and have the circlet, there's potential for growth.
Okay, got
It's
it.
a great idea.
This is going to become
This is
a
great.
like a story in AI
Hey,
intelligence,
Rick,
right?
he
And
needs
how
a
it
name.
overthrows.
He'll sacrifice
Also
himself
know-
against an island, and we'll all be devastated.
Rinjax has a manual of flesh golem construction. If you
I
get
want
hands
to
on
for that
that.
next time we go back.
That'd be really funny. We're like building this disgusting monstrosity out of like dead people we find.
But he's smarter than all of you.
I want to get a
That's the
headband.
other
In.
part. Artie's a lot smarter than I am.
I have 20 intelligence. He's only got 19.
I
He's,
wanna
like,
get
constantly
a
correcting
headband
us.
of intellect and a belt of giant strength, and just have all.
Yeah, we
the
should take the
stats
belt
on
off
it.
Ian and put it on the skeleton.
Yeah, an island shows up.
This huge skeleton.
He's
with, like,
holding Goram.
spare monster parts all over him.
The gods did not call.
We give him the staff of the Magi, the bandana, the strength
That'd be
belt.
great. And he's undead. He's immune to the
Yeah, an island's just like, oh,
This is
An
our
island.
champion.
meteor turns around, goes back to his That is.
That's great. Yeah, we need to get
But
six like
here's a good question. What if one of you dies, you have no way to bring them back,
I was thinking about
you
that.
raise
told
dead,
him
I
and
was-
then put the circle
Yep.
on him so
I
then you
told
have
him
like
if
a...
me or my brother dies, he is allowed to
Because
raise
then you
us.
have like a dumb, like an undead version of them that maybe can retain some of its
With
intelligence.
higher intelligence than they
Yeah.
had when they were
Yeah,
alive.
Yeah, I'd be smarter.
Okay, so you go into this tavern. There's a few people. I already described the tavern.
Yeah.
It's not packed, but there are a few people in here. All of which appear to be like sailor-esque, like not wealthy. All of them clearly are coming from some of the boats and getting a drink while they're here.
Let's go to the table that has the most experienced looking sailors.
So the table with the most people is currently only 2. The rest of the tables are just completely like one person only.
How many people do we need realistically? 3 plus another 2.
I think you're gonna want a crew of about 15.
Oof.
Oh yeah, because last time the water wasn't bad enough where only 3 of us needed to like just do it for basic piloting.
Yeah, so if you're going to the shredded sea or you're going through storms like a blizzard, yeah, you're gonna need like a crew managing things like that. All the
Let's
time.
just start with these guys and see
Yeah,
what we get.
let's just ask around.
So let's open negotiations with some drinks.
So why don't we do because there's so many people in here, and I guess you guys like there's not anyone that's differentiating from another. why don't we do a group carousing check? Which carousing is just like it's like drinking, listening in,
Seeing
talking.
fun.
It's all of that combined.
Wow.
And so for this check, you can choose to do any charisma-based check. So deception, persuasion, performance, even anything like that.
Rattle's also
By persuasion.
just to like with the theme
Oh,
of
let's
being a Kenku. I want to like pick up their speech pattern so I can talk the same way that they do.
Oh, okay.
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
Linus is also, he's just kind of waiting by the door, and he will be with you, but he's not really coercing. But he will be
Yeah.
with you when you talk to
Sure.
him. What'd
I
you
got a 20.
I'm rolling it terribly.
Natty 1?
No, it was a 2, so I get 6.
You very quickly get distracted. There's a weird light on the wall that like
We
spins
look back,
slowly.
he's been talking to the skeleton the whole time. he forgets it's a skeleton under the costume, he's like talking to him.
You get distracted and end up not finding out.
And the skeleton's always just making like a rattling bone sound, like it's
I
like
got a
vibrating.
15.
I got 20.
So very quickly you learn that everyone in the tavern are sailors. However, out of all of them, only one of them
Is everybody
is
see?
like a captain.
I mean, I'm the captain, so.
Okay. Well, let's talk to the captain then.
So,
Let's see if he's trustworthy too.
oh boy, you guys are gonna love
Because I'm
this.
afraid they'll just. Well, I guess to be fair, if they take our ship, then they can't really just disappear on us.
Yeah.
Oh, but then also they're just sitting on it.
The only captain here is a Kenku. But instead
Oh
of
my gosh, why are they always Kenku?
instead of
Please.
luscious black feathers, this Kenku has like whitish feathers. It's
Ooh,
almost
cool.
like albino.
Like a blood ridge?
Captain Ahab.
But the
Yeah.
Kenku is old. You can tell just from looking at him. Very different than your Kenku friend.
His name is Rattle.
He is in like sailor attire very clearly, but like he's old. You can see he has like cataracts kind of in his eyes. He looks like he's pretty beaten.
So he's like 10 years old.
Yeah,
No, that's
he's not
Eric
Eric,
Carker,
right?
Captain from Shogun.
You learn his name
Blows
is.
his brains out.
I'm just trying to make sure I know.
I can't say that.
Maybe
That's
just-
a sword.
Maybe just
Catarion.
spell that out for me.
Kadarion.
Got it right. Yeah.
So it's Catarion.
Catarian.
Is it
Kadarion.
Kadarion?
Nah, I think either way works.
Catarion. Yeah, Kadarion. Then it sounds better. So, his name is Kadarion, but you also learn while talking to the tavern that pretty much all of the ships are like, yeah, we're just gonna hunker down till the blizzard's over.
I figured nobody would want to sail in it.
That's why we offer gold.
So pretty much you don't know a lot about him yet, but at this point you've learned, okay, if anyone's worth talking to, it is him.
He's blind though. He's like, what blizzard? We'll sail.
Yeah, so let's talk to him. Go up to him and
Yes.
excuse me, Captain Kadarian.
And how his crew feels about him. I don't want any music.
He offers you a place to sit, and he says, listen, if we have to talk, please talk quietly. I have a terrible, terrible headache, and my ears are sharper than you realize.
Understood.
What?
Can we
Speak up.
Yeah, he immediately is like, what was that? Oh, excuse me?
Can we order you a drink?
He says, you can. And
It gets
that's
there, he tips it over.
Flag down the bartender, ask for a drink over him.
He says, well, considering we're not in a brothel, you must want something other than my company.
This isn't a brothel?
Is
He
it?
says,
Not next to the temple, dude. What the freak?
I say,
It is in Brazil.
yes, you're correct. I'm Mazrax of Seleron's gift, and it is a ship that we're looking for. Not really a ship. We're looking for a crew who can get us,
Have a fine vessel.
who can get there, who can take us there, preferably tonight. Leaving tonight.
He
Everybody's
says,
drunk
don't
now.
you know there's a blizzard coming, buddy?
I do. I'm well aware.
He says, where do you want to go?
Seleron's gift.
Why would you want to go to that hick town in the middle of a blizzard?
Well, as I said, I'm from there.
He's at again. That shithole. It's like
He
brutal.
says there's not a single boat on the water during this blizzard, and you want me to risk the life of my men, myself, and my boat? It's gonna cost you, my friend.
But think about it. Legends will be told forever about the crew who died in this blizzard. I'm just kidding.
Good point.
Well, what kind of price are we talking here?
He says put your best offer down on the table.
15 copper.
Literally, you need to put on the table. I need to be able to see it.
But he can't see.
He says, I don't weigh gold by like its actual value. I want to see how good it shines. That's what matters to me.
A true Kenku. Yeah, he takes us to the window. See this widow? She gives more than...
Put down the mithril ingot. No, definitely want to do that.
We have what? Lots of gold.
Yeah, we do. I just don't know. Can I make some kind of check to get an understanding of what would this cost normally?
I give him my sword.
You don't really know. You're talking about normally like without there being a blizzard or other factors.
Yeah.
Well, so it depends. Passage on a ship wouldn't be that much. Maybe 5 gold pieces at the most. But where you're not asking to pass on a ship, you're asking to have like
A crew.
yeah, you're asking for like an entire crew to charter you somewhere and charter
Where
you
we
back.
going?
If we were really
So
smart,
that's
we would
Seleron's gift. And
we
where-
would use
but
their
Where
ship.
is that on the map? Like,
and then use ours if there's sinks.
Southeast.
so.
And then what?
Because if we're really smart, we'd use their ship and then use ours if there's sinks.
Yeah,
Have
right.
double the ships.
I mean, they're gonna have their own ship anyway, so yeah, it's not like it's gonna be cheaper for them to sail our ship than theirs.
Well,
Might be.
might be.
No risk to their property.
Right.
I feel
But
like they would
and
not
more
wanna
what
do
I'm
that,
co-
though.
more what I'm concerned about is
See.
them basically. Well, they're gonna be in a blizzard, so.
I don't want
But-
them to leave us.
Yes, exactly.
Like, if it's our ship, it's in the amulet. Or regardless, they can't leave without us. Where
So,
if we're on their ship, they could just
Normally,
like, take us off and
this
leave.
sort of trip would cost you about 60 gold a day
Not
Okay.
bad.
Okay.
It's not bad at all.
for the captain and the whole crew. That pays all their wages.
So I was thinking 300 gold. Right. This should be
We
pretty.
offer 300, double the amount.
I mean, it's more than.
I'm fine
60.
with that
It's
How many
anyways.
days
like 5
would
times
this?
more. It's gonna be at least.
Two.
Really, it's 2 days to travel, and then we're there for probably 3 days.
But if it's 2 days of travel, we could just go back and get the staff and teleport at the same amount of time. And have a staff that lets us nuke anything in our face.
You're right. But then what are we even doing?
Yeah, without the
Understand
staff,
it.
it's such a.
We're
we
getting
get
the-
bread and breakfast.
I gotta kick that guy's table over.
Yeah.
That was
right.
pretty fun.
This.
I mean, I want to adventure, so I'm kind of fine with either. It's
I mean, so it's already getting late this
I just
day.
like
and
the
you have
idea
one
of
day
from
to-
Seleron's gift teleporting to the mountaintop.
Yeah.
We should actually
You also could you could just spend a day of downtime. I know that sucks, but you could just be like, let's just go through the city. Like, let's just relax a day. You have books to read. You could study up on things, or just. I mean, how long has it been since you've had
what
even a
value
day?
But
could we?
I think like Cliff,
Because it's also a
even
blizzard coming.
even Mazrax feels like this pressure. Like
Well, yeah.
we are on a limited time. We have to do everything as quick as possible. Right? Like Mazrax doesn't feel like we can just downtime, even though that does sound like it has its own benefits.
My thought process is it actually any quicker to sail there than it is to use the staff now?
I think you're right.
Mostly because, plus, once we're on the island, we could teleport directly from the island to the next location,
Okay.
which is kind of a huge
I'm
boon.
trying to remember.
No, you're exactly
Tanner
right.
has. We already completed Tanner's. What goal was that for him?
He broke his contract.
Was that his like long-term goal or his?
His medium. Nobody has done their long term.
So our
But Tanner already did
There is
the
a
short term.
there is short term which could be accomplished within. Well, I said like a week. There's like a medium one. It is a month. And then long term is like the entire campaign.
just a little bit of like meta stuff, I guess.
You're
Tanner
right.
has his. That was his medium goal. That he
Yeah,
accomplished.
and he's done his short term goal
Okay,
also.
and Ian, has he accomplished any of his goals?
Yes.
He got weapons and stuff to the people, which was a short term. Medium term is to win a battle.
At Davier.
Yes. Yeah.
Favor, which
It's not done.
Okay.
can't do yet.
Uh,
Where's the dead guy at? Undead guy we wanted to kill Cliff? Could we realistically do that today?
He's on the other side of the world.
What guy?
Oh, he's
The
by
death
where we were
tyrant.
last time.
Oh yeah.
It's like-
And that
Guys, you also have a druid that can teleport you now to at least the places you've been so far.
Yeah.
I just hate the idea of not having the staff because it's so convenient.
Right. I would have
You
loved...
get the staff for 1 day, literally can't live without it immediately.
I mean, dude, that's like giving somebody the ability, literally giving somebody the ability to
I
teleport
know.
and be like, walk everywhere, loser. It sucks.
I
know,
would
just saying it's
I would
fun.
have loved to go into Port Seleron with the staff. Or sorry, under the blizzard. Right? Because I feel
Where
like
we can't
that
see.
plus the staff we could like
The
sneak
blizzard
in
won't be
and
over,
get
though, when the staff is done.
No, it won't.
It could be even better.
This
Well,
blizzard.
What's your medium
yeah.
goal?
My is to reclaim Shield Shell.
Which is
The Spellguard Shield in
Seleron's goal.
Ayers that Ayer has.
So if we could negotiate with them, potentially.
And then your medium goal.
I got mine, that was upgrading my sword.
Okay.
It's just funny that you guys thought about, like, what can we do? You came here,
Decided
and then
to-
right when you
No,
got here,
I did
realized-
raise this right at the beginning, but I also... We talked about the travel tile
To be
thing,
fair-
and then I realized
To be
that
fair, I
we
didn't
changed
realize it would
Blizzard.
take that long to travel until I looked at the sheet and was like, okay, the storm does make it significantly slower.
It
'cause
feels
I
like
wasn't sure either.
There's no.
Well, we also
way
got really
actually
unlucky
do
because
it.
the town happened to be having a massive celebration the day we got there.
And to be, I mean, mostly you would just say, cool, 2 days, that's nothing. We'll do downtime for 2 days.
It just
And you
happens to
roll.
be 2 days is the time where now it's 6 between getting your nut.
So our only goals as a party are basically each of our player goals, and then also to defeat an island, right? Like there's nothing
Yeah,
else
but
we
every
can
time
do.
you go to the location your god told
Depends.
you, you get a new clue into how to defeat him.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
And
that's
then you
the
need to
other part
accomplish
of
whatever
it.
that is.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember like anything else that we could do right now, or where we need to.
I mean, I have magic items I want.
What else do you know about an island? You've learned 2 things about him.
The undeath aura, and mine was the undeath aura, and then we learned
The regeneration ability.
the
Oh,
regen
right.
ability, which we need to cull
Yeah.
somehow.
Well, which you're gonna get here now. You're gonna get that from Rinjax. Because it's the ability to summon a solar eclipse, remember? And the Red
Oh,
Devil
yes.
will allow you to do that. So binding her was actually very useful, because otherwise you would have had to perhaps travel to Myrrh and find her.
Can you make stuff out of Mithril Cliff?
That was cool.
Your character?
Like
Probably.
I've
Because you're a smith.
yes. His story is like he has worked mithril, but always under the supervision of like a master blacksmith.
Makes sense. Because I
Like-
do want mithril armor bad. Because my guy has high dexterity, so
Oh,
it
yeah.
sucks to not be able to stealth and stuff.
You can basically think of Mazrax as like a journeyman.
Makes
Well,
sense,
if you
yeah.
find Mithril in Seleron's Gift, you'd also have like the best smiths on the island.
And really, Seleron's Gift is the only place that can.
So people
work
are still at
because of the
Seleron's
forge.
Gift.
Yes.
They still are working stuff there. But what's the island next to it?
Chud.
Chud.
Chud. And Chud is like in war still, demolished, right?
Yeah, the island of Chud is where the only Mithril mine is, but that's also why it's kind of clogged. No far is blocking trade out of it. There's a bunch of conflict going on there.
And where was Rinjax? Was he making trouble at?
He was just
He was the
observing
mad mage, right?
Yeah,
No?
Yeah.
in Chud.
And he was keeping people from like going to.
Chud.
Yeah, okay. But we have a pass to go there whenever now.
Yep.
Okay, well, I mean, that's not bad.
Okay, so I guess this is really just a
We could-
fool's errand.
Maybe, but there's probably libraries and stuff here we don't have other places. It might be worth going through the shops
Yeah.
and maybe researching more stuff.
Except here's the thing: tomorrow is going to be the big,
big
like
blizzard.
the big blizzard, and so then you'll be stuck in Fanes.
Should we like not sleep and head back? Like legit, maybe it's worth it.
Maybe. We're idiots.
Well, no, actually, I lie because he can teleport you back.
Oh yeah.
Who can tell?
Lannis.
Oh, true.
We can get back instantly.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just.
I mean, I guess in theory we could always just have him.
You guys just get up and leave all this dude sitting at the table staring at the table waiting for you to put
Well, if
gold
we
on
didn't
the
want to
table.
get the sailors, Landis could pull us as a giant shark, could he not?
Yeah, it would just be the measure of like that. If during
I
like a
can
huge
also-
blizzard or storm, it doesn't necessarily like your ship could still.
I was gonna say we should get him
Damage,
a zombie
right.
shark. The stats on those are crap.
I can polymorph too now.
No, I mean
Oh, that's pretty useful.
you're exactly right. Like by the time we got there,
Wait, you can
could've just
polymorph your
gotten
skeletons
staff.
then.
There's
Yeah.
no point
That's
in
so
hiring
good.
this crew.
I can make like a T-Rex skeleton.
Could you polymorph him into a person?
Well, what's your max challenge rating right now?
I don't know how to calculate that.
It says on
It's
the
on the
spell.
spell. It's weird.
It goes up, I believe, as you
It
level.
doesn't have it on this
'Cause our-
card.
Oh, then it has it.
Because
in
Ian
the
and
book.
those guys were always transforming into like T-Rexes.
It's higher than the druid's wild shape.
Yeah.
But that's because it requires concentration.
I mean, the thing I was looking at basically says at level 8 you can make a Tyrannosaurus skeleton.
Well, maybe a Tyrannosaurus Rex might be a really low
I think
challenge
it's a
rating.
low, yeah.
I don't know.
Let me see.
Because Ian and then one of them transformed the other one, right?
Yeah, well, one of them transformed into the Great Ape from the island of Chud, which I think is
Yeah.
better than a...
Well, I think that was Goku when the moon was out or something.
Yeah. It's better than a
What is
T-Rex.
a Great Ape?
It's not... It's like a weird creature.
It is like an ape though. It's like
Yeah.
Sun Wukong.
It's a
looking.
4-hand ape and it has like 4 attacks or something.
Yeah, it looks like that Pokemon, the volcanic one.
Anyway,
that's
so-
maxed out.
Kind of like a weird lurch here. What are you guys gonna do?
Yeah, no, I think it is kind of like
Probably drink and lose my sword again.
suddenly this dawns on us like that's not worth it.
We're talking to this guy, we all just go silent.
So it is night. You just want to find a place to stay then?
I guess so.
I hate this town. I'm sleeping with like my I'm gonna put ropes around me and my sword.
Can we like go to the temple that's just over and maybe stay there for
It
the
doesn't.
night?
Probably.
Okay, wait. Or the target's level. If
I do want to send a message at some point too.
Is it the target's level or the
So it says
spellcaster's level?
the new form can be any beast whose challenge rating is equal to or less than the target's or the target's level. If it doesn't have
Eight's
challenge
pretty correct.
Ooh, wait, but it has to be equal to their challenge rating?
rating.
Or the level.
Okay, so spell transforms a creature you can see within range into a new form. An unwilling creature must make a wisdom saving throw to avoid the effect. The new form can be any beast whose challenge rating is equal to or less than the target's level,
Then that's absolute garbage.
or if
Well,
it
no.
doesn't have a challenge.
Because the skeleton has a challenge rating of like a 1/8,
Well,
which means you can
yes,
turn him into like a bat.
but
Yeah,
that
So-
says if they don't
I
have a
thought it
challenge
was
rating, it's
your-
off the level.
But it does have a challenge rating. Skeletons have a
Skeletons do
challenge
have a
rating.
challenge.
It's saying a player has a level. So you could transform a player into something.
But you would
pretty
never
high,
want to
but-
polymorph a little pisser into anything, and you would never want to polymorph a monster into a stronger monster.
No, unless he controls the skeleton.
Oh,
Yeah. So he controls
Weird
the
champ.
skeleton with what, a 1/8 challenge rating?
that's super.
What you need is true polymorph. True polymorph.
that's
is
like level
much-
8.
Oh, it's level 9.
Well, then who needs it? That's really
ridiculous. I thought it would go off the spellcaster's power.
funny. It kind of makes sense though, because I wondered in Baldur's Gate why you couldn't do anything other than like transform them into sheep half the
That
time.
makes sense because the challenge rating's too.
Now it makes
I
sense.
thought it went off the spellcaster's ability, but it doesn't. So a player, you could transform Hayden into an 8th challenge rating monster. An 8th challenge rating monster is way stronger than an 8th level player, like significantly,
Yeah.
because challenge ratings are way higher than levels.
Interesting.
It's
So
like
that
a
makes-
1/8 challenge rating equals like a first level.
It probably
player.
requires
So,
a YouTube video.
I mean, yeah, we can talk about
Actually,
that
ChatGPT.
polymorph part later. Honestly, what I'm interested in right now, and I mean, we can do whatever you guys want to. I'm being selfish with this. I
You
have
might
a
as well,
skeleton
we got
that
nothing.
can learn and has 19 intelligence.
Put him in school.
Yeah, no joke. Like, what can I teach this guy?
Well, I was gonna say if we had a down day, I might as well go to the
I mean,
library.
the first thing
so-
that I want to teach him, I'm a mage. Magic just takes intelligence. There are skeleton mages, so there's no reason he could not learn magic.
In theory, wizards
If
can learn.
I teach him the cantrip Minor Illusion, then he can make sound, so he can speak. That would work.
That's a really funny. You can teach
Except
him
he
sign
ha-
language.
doesn't he have to speak to cast that
No,
spell?
minor illusion
or it
does
just
not take a
requires
verbal component.
hand.
It's
Yeah.
somatic.
Mhm.
But we could just teach him sign language.
No, that is a good workaround.
But
Because
it could
the
make
magic
sound.
language is half signs anyways, so you could
Yeah.
teach him like. That's actually hilarious. Thaumaturgy, I guess. Yeah, when he could use magic, he could do that. That's such a funny idea.
So, it's already nighttime.
Yeah, this is a tavern. Let's just stay here.
You want to stay here the night,
Say,
and then
hey,
tomorrow
Captain.
you guys can work out what you want.
Sorry
It'd
to
be
be
hard to
on
travel.
tables.
Though.
Huh?
Are there any gambling tables?
They may do gambling here, but right now, where there's a huge festival going on, as I said, it's like empty.
Okay.
So sadly, now there is a huge festival going on. So if you're looking for something like that, you may be able to find it out in the streets.
Get more
Just not.
profit.
You're like a quiet part of the city, like the only quiet part of the city.
I've already had enough stolen from me.
Yeah, it's the festival just today.
You don't know.
Let's
No
make
idea.
sure that we buy you a bag of Holden while we're
Yeah,
here.
that too. I want that.
Okay. So let's go to day 10.
Okay.
What a,
We
that was
spent-
the most useful day. We've had.
We spent an hour and 45 of real life, and I feel like we've done nothing useful.
Well,
We
sometimes
went
you
to
have those
things.
days where you wake up, you're like, I'm gonna be so productive, and then just nothing happens. It's
Yeah.
okay. It happens.
That's too often.
That is actually hilarious, though. That turn of event, that Kenku sailor is like, there's no way I'm going out in those waters. You guys are like, okay.
I like to imagine
Later.
that he explained to us. He's like, hold on a minute. We like to go over the whole scenario. He's like, so you guys didn't realize.
The skeleton sits down. Hold on, you guys.
Yeah, the skeleton comes over, puts his hand on our shoulder. He's writing. He's like, wait.
He's doing a logic problem. If the boat travels at 12 knots
It's like
an
beautiful
hour,
mind. He's scribbling on the chalkboard.
Yeah, he's got the like flow chart.
Oh, that is funny. Okay.
I'm just gonna go jump in to see you guys.
I'm naming the skeleton Clatter.
Clatter, good name.
That is a good
No,
name.
it should be Rattles.
I thought about it. I wanted to.
Rattle and Clatter is
Danik.
amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crash, bang, boom. Yeah, you got an animal.
So
You should need to play instruments.
you wake up
Circles for 'em all,
on
a bar.
the 10th.
They could be mariachis.
On the 10th of Yak Day, you guys each got, like, you didn't get your own room only because there wasn't room. They cost 5 copper, by the way. You got, like, a small room you all share, like hammocks, bunks, things like that. So you have, like, a very small space, and when you wake up, yeah, you can hear the wind just beating down on the outside, and when you look outside, it is just like, there aren't any windows or anything on this level. But when you go downstairs, and you like peek out the door, it is like a complete whiteout.
Oh, but our friend can teleport us to the city at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But complete whiteout.
Is our dryad friend in the room with us?
Yep, you didn't have a choice.
Can any of us cast the sending thing yet? Or
Doesn't have any money.
We still have to
No.
pay.
Cast what?
Sending.
Sending.
Be really useful.
I want to pay just to tell my hot fiance that I went to heaven.
What is sending?
You could buy some stuff. You should buy some
It's a-
spell pearls of sending.
It's a message.
Didn't
Like
think
it's a
about
way
that.
to send a short message.
Yeah, actually, are there any? I would love to visit both a bag of holding, like a.
That's
artifact
one thing we
place,
could buy. We
and
haven't
some
been
spell
doing.
scrolls. if
Probably
there's, like,
spell
a magic
scrolls because we have
place.
gold and we
We have a lot of
bought
gold,
potions
and
already.
I can learn anything. So.
I bought a scroll of Speak with Animal, and then I realized that no one on the party can use it.
Yeah, because it has to
Not
be
a druid or yeah.
a
So-
druid, a ranger, or a bard are the 3 like
Oh.
nature-based,
And
and none of you have it.
he
So
told-
it's not so bad now that I play rangers all the time, huh? Now it would have been nice.
Well, you know, I didn't really understand how that rule worked, but now I do.
It makes sense though.
It does make sense, and it makes
You
those
wouldn't even have to
classes
read
more
it.
important.
Yeah.
It does make them more like. But think of Lannis.
We do have that really strong poison still too. I always
Yeah.
need to remember.
I mean, shops might not have been. Shops might not be open in this, but also, usually, like, they live right above the shop, so
Yeah.
good work. So yeah, I think. Do you want to visit the Temple of Eos that's right behind the tavern?
I don't have a. Actually, I will. We'll just say it's like a flavor thing though. Like quickly, I stop and pray and thank Eos for letting us go to the plane shortly and return safely.
And I'll join you. Basically, just kind of do the same thing. Mazarax is trying to be a
Yeah, gotta give everyone inspiration.
paladin for all the gods or something.
So you're just gonna stop by to do your prayers.
Yeah.
Okay. As you step into the streets, too, by the way, it is like it's hard for you to move. Visibility is low, and even though it's just the morning, there's already like thick snow in the
Can we get
street.
snowshoes? Is that a thing? Might be worth. Does it affect us? Is it difficult terrain? Is that
Does
what
anyone-
we're considering the snow?
Oh yeah, it's definitely difficult terrain.
Do people make them?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure we could get to the city.
Are these kind of blizzards common in the winter?
Yeah.
Probably just as it's kind of like in real life. Like in Utah,
Or Alps.
we may get a really bad blizzard
Or
like
rain,
once a
so they
year,
don't-
maybe
yeah.
twice. It's kind of
They
the
don't
same
leave.
thing.
Oh.
They can walk on top
So
of
yeah,
snow.
it's not. You usually have a storm like this once a year, maybe twice a year.
Yeah.
Or no. You're
No.
However, I will
But I
say
would wonder.
all the weather was randomly rolled like months before we even started playing. So yeah.
Is this? I'm assuming this is winter time. Of
Yeah.
this year.
It's like early winter, late fall. Yeah. No, it's winter.
This is a really
Oh.
random
Just
question,
two.
but elves are they like Lord of the Rings where they walk on the snow or not? For some reason I thought they were, but I can't remember now.
No, not D&D.
All right. So
They
let's,
actually used to be, but they got rid of all that. Like,
I thought
white
they did,
freighted
yeah.
stuff. In 3rd edition, they got rid of all of it.
So yeah, magic shop.
yeah.
Yeah.
Magic shop. The skeletons are back in the bag of holding. By the way, other than the one intelligent Clatter. Clatter's
So Clatter, does he always stay out with you pretty much?
I'm keeping Clatter.
He's
Are
like
you just
Pikachu.
gonna indefinitely expend the slots to keep
Yes.
him? Okay, I was just curious.
I assume the party is not happening anymore today.
No.
Festival's
It's
done.
Hangover.
now you guys don't really know any like directions.
Yeah, I go back to that alley.
So
Kick his table over again.
I think we just like ask
yeah, you'll have
the
to
temple
ask.
and the tavern.
I'd say we ask the tavern. It's like The Office when he's talking about the, what are they called? The like reception people at the hotel. It's like they're basically geishas.
Oh my god.
It's so painful.
Wait, what?
It's an Office episode where he's talking about like the concierge at a hotel, and he's like trying to explain to him. He's like, they're basically geishas. Like, thinks they'll do anything for him. It's like so retarded, but it's such a funny episode.
How was the Mr. Goodbar, Tony?
Mr. Goodbar.
Dude, it was delicious. It cleared my palate from all that like cheese and grease.
We should send him.
Okay,
There's
so
chocolate like all around the house, and she has these like really heavy, like dark chocolate.
you guys learned that there are
Dark chocolate's the best.
there are two
Coconut
prominent like
chocolates.
magic item stores. They're not just like shops you walk into. They're technically like these big auction houses that are very well protected. So the vibe is quite different than like a normal market stall. Whereas spell scrolls, unless they're like very powerful spell scrolls,
Yeah.
you can get those
Dance
in just,
macabre
like
and
shops usually. But you learn magic item shops where you can probably find both. There's one in Queenston, and there's one in Hogburrows.
South Bronx.
You guys are right here.
Queenston, Hogborough,
Yeah.
and Harbor Quarter. I mean,
So-
it's not gonna take that long.
No, I mean it's just a city.
It's just bad weather. It's cold.
However, so you guys want to kind of like fight your way that way
Yeah.
in the city.
Yeah.
Luckily, the buildings are close enough that when you reach the central
Provides
part,
some.
provides quite a bit of protection. However, I do want one of you to lead the way or do a group check.
Is this a continent-wide blizzard? Like it's hitting the whole continent?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chainyia is small enough that typically when storms
The
hit,
weather's-
it's everywhere. Yeah, Chainyia is roughly the size of Colorado
Damn.
in total, so it's not very big if you really think about
No, it's not, but that makes sense. We travel places fast.
it. Is any one of you want to lead in the city or you want to do a group check?
Is it a survival? What is the check?
Yeah, it will be a.
I can.
Because Algin's with us. Algin
Yeah,
has
Well,
Giga
it's not
survival.
nature based, so we're going to do
Plus three
we're going to do
survival.
investigation. That is like
Investigation.
looking for road signs, marking businesses, trying to figure out where to turn,
I think
where to go.
Algin
So this will be an
still has high
investigation check.
I have plus
Lannis stayed back in the
That's
hotel
the
room.
equal, so yeah.
The hotel room.
We go
He
back.
stayed back at the tavern. He pretty much just wants to wait out the storm, but he is there if you need him.
What a good guy.
So for this investigation check, what are we rolling? Investigation, but like, is it just me rolling? Are we all rolling as a group?
You can lead. You have
Just
plus
you.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah, you roll.
Just
advantage?
you. No. If anything, you should have disadvantage, but just do
Your bird is flying
18.
against the wind.
Okay. You are able to safely guide your friends to the Queenston shop.
My owl is perched on my shoulder because he can't.
Can I do? Also, I've been Giga trolling. I forgot Algin could use the help action as a bonus action on his turn. I've been using it as a full action. So he could have been giving one of us advantage and hitting
Yeah,
every
because that's
turn.
like a special ability, right?
Yeah, it is.
So, as you guys arrive to the shop, it's a pretty big building. It's like an auction house, but the doors are locked.
I shake him with a punch.
Cast knock.
Actually,
If
if I
you
had
have-
a staff,
I wouldn't want to do that anyways.
But
I
I say
will
this is a magic.
It's gonna be alarmed and
Yeah.
trapped.
I will just physically knock.
Okay. You wait a while. By the way, you're all like freezing at this point because it's
Nah, I'm warm,
freezing, snow, wet. But no, you do not hear anybody.
I'm using Hellish Rebuke to like warn myself.
There is another magic shop in town as well, but it's
I'll
further.
rattle my coin bag.
Yeah, the wind takes it away.
Yeah, that imp comes by and grabs it.
Yeah.
That halfling kicks me in the nuts and runs off. Yeah, we can go to the other shop.
And I assume it's just like dark inside and everything.
There aren't any windows for you to peer inside.
It's like a vault, probably.
Yeah, it's like a big vault. It was the same way in the other city. It was like an open auction outside, but all the items are in like a very secure vault.
Does anything look open as we kind of move through town? Like taverns or even?
One in every 50 buildings is open.
Yeah. Maybe like we just stop in a tavern, warm up, and
Yeah.
we can ask.
Ask around, yeah.
You know? Let's do that. So next tavern, as we head towards
The
the
other one.
other one, stop at the nearest tavern.
Oh, bro.
Hogsmeade.
So, as you make your way towards the next one, you actually don't come across any taverns. However, you do come across like a small metalworking shop that makes like very simple tools, nails, things like that. And they are open, not really to customers, more of just
It's like
like it's where they
It's a
live.
smithy, it's like
so
open.
they're just working
Yeah.
generally.
Yeah.
But the owner is nice enough to let you stay long enough to warm yourselves up.
Can I talk shop with him
Yeah.
a little bit?
Yeah, he's not nearly like the blacksmith like of your level. He makes like nails.
Sure,
and
yeah,
horseshoes
but-
and
yeah.
stuff.
Check this out. You're doing the myth when you drop it.
No, I just we're talking. I want to make friendly chat with him anyway. And I mean, if he's willing, I'll even kind of hammer out a few nails with him alongside him.
Yeah, he'll let you do that. He's friendly enough. He's a human. He
That'll
seems
warm
pretty
you up.
out of place here. He's
yeah.
not like you. Kind of learn that he is here almost of like a twist of fate. He's a blacksmith. They needed a blacksmith here in town. He like apprenticed for the guy before him, but nothing crazy.
Where's he from originally?
He's from what's it called? Oak Rose.
Oh, okay. So how does he feel about like the war? Because I would tell him where I'm from.
He was sent here like pretty young to apprenticeship, so he's kind of lost a lot of connection with his old city. So pretty neutral.
And he gets by, like he's treated fine. Like
I don't
guess
really talk
kinda-
politics.
What does
with
he think?
customers.
What does he think about the city living in Fanes, Snowfire, all that?
He says that the only thing you kind of glean from what he says is sometimes people will like randomly disappear, or like
Sorry, one
rebellions will randomly just vanish. But Snowfire always kind of makes it go away by throwing like big festivals or like randomly doing like random acts
Yeah,
of
that
kindness.
Tiamat thing is going, and
So-
there's like a guy right in front of it. It's like Tiananmen Square.
Gets ripped apart.
Jackie Chan's there. People don't disappear. I do not have gay son.
Well, yeah, I just kind of wanted to make a little connection there.
So he lets you warm up.
You're making a pipe bomb with his nails in there.
He can offer you like water, very simple supplies like
They
that.
could make that probably.
But then
I order a glass of water for my friend for platter.
you order, yeah, a glass of water.
It just like goes with him. I think he can't control the bladder.
But as you guys continue to the next magic.
Is there
shop-
anything I can do for him, like magic-wise?
Not really. He's more just concerned that you're out in the blizzard.
He doesn't make magic tools.
No.
Look, dude.
Literally like the most basic blacksmith.
Little Blizzard got nothing on us. We do have enough spellcasters. We could make our own magic stuff with our downtime.
Yeah, one of you is Smith.
We have to have the materials, but then he can smith you, and
then
depending
you
on what
put
it is,
magic-
every magic user can
You
add.
put spell slots into it. Yeah.
What works as
Can you do that with the staff?
That's a good question.
Oh no, because the staff only you only use the staff by using specific spells, which are
Yes.
the charges. You can't pump spell slots
Yeah.
into. Well, that's a weird mechanic because you.
It's also not like it goes quicker. The amount you just have to give a certain spell slot every day. It's
I
like-
thought it went quicker if you had more mages.
Yeah, but not like higher spell slots.
Oh yeah.
So, right now I'm using it still since we don't have the staff of magi. But I do have a staff, just a regular +1 magic staff.
Mhm.
From the wizard.
I'm giving that to Platter at some point.
Ah,
Right.
there you go. I thought you were.
How many of
'cause
them
Tanner
can he
had
summon?
one. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's actually a hilarious idea.
Oh, what?
So you
Right.
create
The skeleton
like a-
becomes a necromancer. He's summoning
Yeah,
more
But
skeletons.
then, see, that was my whole point to begin with. Is eventually going to create like a death log that
No, dude.
becomes,
He's crying. He wants a family. He's summoning skeletons. They all have circlets.
yeah, gives them.
His
some-
wife has one of a charisma instead. She's the most beautiful
All right.
skeleton
So
you've
yeah,
ever
let me
seen.
leave.
We should
Okay.
get him like a bangle of charisma. It's like a suave skeleton.
You make it to the next magic shop and find that it is open.
Okay, awesome.
Though it is like completely empty as far as customers go, it is still very heavily guarded.
Yeah.
Obviously.
And so it's kind of awkward to be like, you're in this very big, there's a huge auction hall with like seating, a stage. There's like a very small library, mostly relating to just like very simple topics on magic. And then, of course, there's like the owner and a lot of like demonic guards. on
Is the
there.
library like for use?
Yeah, and it's not a very big library.
I sent Platter in there. I want him to go train himself for the hour that we're here.
Hey.
He comes back out.
Maybe
our
you should somewhere track
track
the
of
total hours of study time he's had.
All right.
He comes back. He's got like abjuration for dummies.
I think I missed this.
Magic.
Is the
and
library as part of this building?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
This is like a big auction building.
Okay.
However, it takes a few minutes for the owner to come out, likely because he wasn't expecting any sort of like guests.
Patrons.
But after a minute, an Aarakocra dressed in traditional robes of
Atlantis.
I'm starting to get
Yeah.
racist.
I know. Do you randomly roll these?
Yeah, they're all
Just
random.
all birds.
They are all random.
It's a D1.
I've removed all the races that don't belong in Chainyia. But
Right.
otherwise, it's, yeah.
He's an Aarakocra?
Yep. He is like a big
You're in
Aarakocra
costume.
though. Like very big.
I am in costume.
Yeah.
That's probably really weird now that the festival's over.
He's
Nah,
very
I'm still
big, very fluffy. He's in very traditional clothing, and he gives you a slight bow and says he wasn't expecting any company today. Do you guys seek shelter from the storm, or do you seek something more?
I bow back and I say, we're grateful that you're open. We have some time available and we were hoping to see your wares.
I dare say carouse.
Is he the owner?
Yes.
Okay.
He is the owner,
Central.
so he's obviously would make him like pretty wealthy.
I mean, probably knows what he does. I want to get a gem like Cliff has eventually.
It's been surprisingly useful.
I just want it because I can cast darkness, but it hinders
yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
True sight or whatever.
I
It's the only way
say
to see through magical darkness.
specifically we are looking for
For
a
me.
bag of holding. However, we're interested in
Anything
seeing,
else.
Yeah, all of your wares. Hopefully that won't be too much of an inconvenience.
What
And
is
spell
staff?
scrolls.
Is a staff an arcane focus or no?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay, it is.
yeah, that's how those work. But spell scrolls, bag of holding, gems of true sight. Gem of luck is never bad to have. Those aren't too bad. Luckstone or whatever it is gives you +1 to all your saves.
I still want a belt of giant strength, but I kind of want to craft it. I think it would be fun to craft it.
It'd be cool to craft.
He apologizes. He doesn't have a bag of holding. Very popular item. However, his stock is currently obviously he didn't have any merchant caravans coming his way, knowing that the blizzard was coming. And as this blizzard is supposed to kind of go on and off for the next week, he doesn't have one coming for quite some time. He does have a few items, though, currently in the vault, if you are interested in at least looking at those.
Does he have a name before we go?
Yeah. His name is Hanno.
Thanks.
And obviously, he hails from Atlantis.
Yeah.
He pulls out his staff and the magi is like, I just got this in.
I'm like, oh yes, we know of a brothel there. Have you ever been?
My favorite place to work, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
He was at the cult meeting.
that'd be very nice.
So, the items he does have. Should I have them pulled up here as well so that we can...
Yeah, might as well. Makes it easy.
Got time to kill.
Some of them you will know pretty easily.
Those other guys better thank us for
He has
this.
a Ruby of the War Mage, a common magic item. It allows you to use simple or martial weapons as a spellcasting focus. Meaning you can use like a sword as instead of a wand. Or like,
Interesting.
actually, I mean,
I could give that to one of my skeletons.
It's cool, but most classes just have kind of a focus already. But if you could make your packed weapon that, then your focus would always be on you.
I thought packed weapon served as a spell focus, doesn't it? Once it's...
I don't know that. I don't know.
I feel
it'd be
like-
good for like a War Mage. It is called Ruby.
I think that's more like you can. It seems really easy to work around anyway. It's probably just more flavor.
Well, it's probably for multi-classing.
Believe it or not, he does have a pretty good item. One that you already have in your party, but a second one wouldn't be bad, and that is winged boots.
Oh
yeah.
Those are useful.
Which I don't need to explain that. It allows you to
Yeah.
fly.
How much are they?
Yes. What's the price of this?
Considering his stock is quite low, he'd be willing to allow you to get away with them for 800 gold.
That's a steal. That's
Is this
gotta be
a
worth
winter
it.
blowout sale?
Yeah.
Sadly,
It's like it's frozen. Yoo-hoo, summer blowout.
Yeah.
well, you are his only customers. You have no one to
I want
auction
to ask
against.
him. I want to ask him questions about this place. Like, hey, like.
What's the monthly payment like?
No. Yeah.
How much do you make specifically?
No, I want to just chat with him as a fellow mage, or I don't know if this guy's a mage or not, but as someone
a
who
Jew.
wants to use these items and stuff, it seems like you do have a very nice place and auctions go on here regularly.
Is this skeleton compatible?
When is the next auction being held?
Usually they're held weekly. They held them on Selling Day. However, with the storm, they are not having another auction until the 16th.
It's better for us to be here now.
Typically, they say, well, these are items that didn't get auctioned off, so they're kind of like leftovers, which they sell here all the
I
time.
feel like 800's
The
worth
big
it for
items,
so.
like the magic carpets and
Yeah.
the really powerful items, always wait till the auction.
Actually,
Okay.
I would love to have
I
these
want to
because
ask also, like,
It's worth. Yeah,
I
you
used
should
that
get 'em.
potion
Uh,
once and had so much fun.
where do you get these
I
shipments?
think it's
Do
worth getting.
you just get these from like adventurers that sell them to you, or do you have your own?
Yeah, mostly adventurers. When Seleron Saints or some of the other cities, like known for making magic items, make some. They obviously that's what they do. They make them. They get sold. Wizards make them. They're found various places. He has contacts that gather them, but there's not like there's not like a magic item like factory
Yeah.
per se.
Gotcha.
He also has a wand of web,
Oh,
which
yeah.
allows you to shoot webs,
I
just like
already
the
do,
web
bro.
spell.
How many charges does it have on it?
7. Now that's one that the Staff of the Magi can also cast. Well,
Right. So really, it's just a staff of magic. It's just one weapon.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
there's a set of heavy mariner's armor.
Give us moving speed.
Does it
Yeah,
let you
it's heavy
sail?
armor that it gives you the same swimming speed as your walking speed.
Giving
Yeah.
you sailing.
But you have the ring of swimming now. So
I think I gave that back to whoever's that was.
It was his.
it was mine, but I'm happy with you having it.
I'm fine to keep it. Yeah, it
Because-
doesn't matter.
Because you have heavy armor,
Mhm.
so you would be bad in water, whereas I'm wearing mithril armor, so it's okay.
True. Yeah. And I'm the one who's dumb enough to go down and check out the water weir.
Yeah.
Any other items he has?
Yeah, I'm going through them. Be patient. Dude.
Beads of anger.
There is a mace of disruption. Now we're getting into the more like pretty high value items. When you hit a fiend or undead with this magic weapon, the creature takes an extra 2d6 radiant damage. If the target has 25 hit points or fewer after taking this damage, it must succeed a DC 15 wisdom
destroyed.
saving throw or be destroyed.
That's a good
What
weapon.
kind of weapon?
On a successful save,
That's one.
the
You use a
creature
mace.
becomes
You use a mace.
frightened. While you hold this weapon, it sheds bright light in a 20-foot radius.
That might be good for you to have against the death
It
tyrant.
is a mace.
So one-handed though? What's it roll?
Mace is
Yeah, mace is a
1d8.
No, yeah, mace is 1d8. I'll look right
Oh,
here.
so it's really the same as a longbow or a longsword then.
Yeah, one-handing a longsword is identical.
What?
Oh, I lied. A mace is a 1d6.
I've done that wrong. My
It's a
entire
melee, a
time
simple
playing
melee
D&D.
weapon.
How much extra damage is it though on
Yeah,
dead?
read.
It's a lot.
2d6. So they do
Against
3.
fiends or undead?
Yeah.
That's a great sword. Better than a great sword, technically.
Would do 3d6 against them
Yeah.
because you count.
And execute them potentially.
I'm just gonna do.
That one is currently 4,000 gold.
How much do we have?
7,000.
Oh, that ain't shit.
It's not a plus anything. It's not like a +1 or anything.
Plus, we can sell
No.
stuff later.
It just glows and does a lot of damage against undead.
And what was the frightened? That's the.
If
save
they
part.
save, like they don't take, like they're not destroyed instantly, they're still frightened.
Wow.
That is pretty good.
How
It's
heavily valued
fiends.
is this place?
Like,
Heavily, right?
yeah.
4,000 for that.
Powerful wizards have thought exactly what you're thinking and failed. Not saying you will fail.
Powerful
I'm saying.
wizards. Are they as powerful
Rinjax.
as me?
Are they
Maybe if you had the
powerful
staff
and
of the Magi, you'd have a better chance.
Crackle or whatever.
Yeah.
So you said 4,000 for that one.
Mm-hmm.
He's smart enough to come up with a good
400 for the
plan.
minions.
No, 800.
800. Okay.
Nice try, dude.
He has more items.
Nice
right?
bagging.
We should see what other items he has.
Yeah.
Do we?
No.
Because he was holding out on us.
I'm right into this. here.
He has a bag of beans.
Oh, the magic? No way, bro. We ain't touching those.
So inside this cloth
We have
bag
plane shift.
is
We do
3d4 dry beans. You pretty much can throw.
The things these beans have done.
Yeah, you can throw one bean on the ground. If you dump them all out, like you'll create an explosion, a small explosion. You can throw them out to create a random effect. The effect varies from,
Yes, it does.
having a giant beanstalk grow up into a giant magical castle versus creating magical mushrooms that give you
Versus exploding,
versus exploding,
killing you,
versus,
poisoning you.
The exploding cigars.
So it pretty much lots of positive effects, lots of negative effects. It's almost like a lesser deck of many things.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not like an instant kill effect. But
And just out of curiosity, what's he selling that for?
4,000.
For a cow. Oh.
It's the same. Now, he says the last item he has is by far his most valuable. Very dangerous magic item indeed.
It's a bidet.
This one is his prized possession. In fact, he's considered keeping it for quite some time, and he doubts he'll be able to afford it.
Okay, buddy,
It
that's
is
nice.
a mirror of life trapping. Essentially, it is pretty much it's a magical prison in which you can trap people in it, and then you can recall their names to look at them, free them,
Like
trip them.
Superman?
Yeah, pretty much.
Can we put an island in there?
I can trap someone in a mirror.
I watched Wish. It was terrible.
Yeah,
okay?
and an extra dimensional cell is an infinite space filled with thick fog that reduces visibility to 10 feet. Creatures trapped in the mirror don't age, and they don't need to eat, drink, or sleep. A creature trapped within a cell can escape using magic that permits planar travel.
This is better than your bag of holding.
Otherwise, the creature is confined to the cell
Way
until
more money.
freed.
You
If the
could
mirror
put all your
traps a
skeletons in
creature,
it.
but its 12 cells
time
are
doesn't
already
pass.
full, it frees one trap. So it has 12 cells that can pretty much trap somebody in it forever.
Wow.
They'll never age. They don't need to eat.
Unless
I
they
just-
can planar shift, they can't get out.
Yeah, and you have a special command word you can use to either free or prison or just look at.
I just comment I didn't even know such a magic item existed. Where was this?
And why does he
crafted?
think this is so... Why does he want this?
He says he can't say, and he doesn't actually know. He says that he heard rumors that it was being used somewhere in the ruins of what's it, Delanot? What's the port?
Port Jalaran.
Yeah, Port Jala.
Is there anyone in it right now?
He
Yeah, how
says
do you
he'd
know?
rather not disclose that information at the moment.
His wife?
He says, but it is interesting to think if somebody was trapped in here from early ages, and they're still in there, they wouldn't age.
I was going to say, we'd use it to time travel. We want our characters for the next one.
Okay.
Lock me in.
I'll bite. How much is it?
It is going for 15,000 gold.
Makes sense.
Damn. Can we go take a loan out?
And is there?
I'm royalty.
And
If it breaks, everybody in the prison is free.
That's what it is.
and assuming there wasn't enough gold to pay for it, would there be any kind of quest that could help to reduce that price?
He says he's afraid
Exchange.
this item he's already considering not selling it.
Right. Yeah.
Because he himself is interested in perhaps keeping it. Could be useful.
Yeah.
Good way to trap people who try to steal from the auction house, perhaps.
Good way to time travel.
But
We're not that far
at
off.
this time, no. He imagines this one won't be hard to sell at this price, and at an auction maybe he could get it higher.
Yeah.
And he also is tempted to keep it.
Yeah.
So at 15,000.
name?
Hamlet.
Hamlet?
No.
Hanel.
Hanel.
Hamlet?
Himmel.
Where's he from?
He's from
Dude.
your place.
Do I gotta say this all again? Yeah, he's from Atlantis. He's wearing traditional Atlantean clothing.
And if I write his name in my notebook, will he die?
Maybe. Maybe it's not his real name. But if you have that notebook, please write Tovan.
That should be a magic item. Well,
How
that's.
old is he?
I mean, he doesn't look super young or super old. So why are you gonna be like,
So he's
oh,
probably
wait,
like 15.
I'll wait you out, buddy.
That's really cool.
Might use it.
I asked him if he would feel comfortable with me casting detect magic. Just so I would just like to know a little bit more, namely the kind of magic that's.
So
on this.
he doesn't actually show you any of these items.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he can show you like displays using like minor illusions, but he doesn't get any of them out
That makes
until
sense,
it's
'cause they're
like,
in the vault.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
No, that's just kind of interest to me. Should be really interesting to you as a wizard.
Yes. I would like to see it, if possible.
And if you had
Yeah.
Goram, you would be immune to its effect too. Because you can teleport out. As long as you can change planes, you can get out.
Yep.
Oh, that's
But if you can't change planes, you're stuck.
so you can't trap anybody especially powerful normally.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But
Although a
some
lot of
wizards
powerful
can.
people don't
I mean,
have
it's only.
planar
Yeah, I was about to say, it's not a bunch of. Like, tons of spells can teleport.
I was thinking that's a good way for him to hold his undead. Just put him in prison cells and take him
Really,
out.
really expensive.
Except you'd have
Holding.
to. You need to
Yeah.
get like a. Like the spell that lets you summon like extra dimensional like room, because then you can actually like hang up your crap.
Mansion. He should give him a mansion.
Well, there's one that's just like a. It's like a demi-plane that's just a room, and you can put stuff in. So that way you.
Planar hole?
I don't know.
Or, like, the
There's
black...
one that summons a chest, but there's one
Isn't
that
it
summons
all
a
named
room.
after that guy though? Like it
The
goes up in
Mordenkainen's
levels.
mansion is different. You can't.
Well, no,
source
but
them.
there's one that's a lower level than Mordenkainen's mansion, and there's another that's a lower level than that.
I don't know, but there's one where you can summon your own dimension and pretty much like it's literally your own room and do whatever you want.
Yeah, I
So
read...
then you can hang it up.
I read about this one where like he cast it on a tarp, and basically had his like a portable blacksmith shop. Like
Yeah,
there.
probably it was that.
I
And
want
I'm
to
like,
talk to
that
him.
sounds cool.
Private
Like-
sanctum, maybe.
I just want to talk to
No.
him. Like, I'm using Dan Egg's voice, so I sound cool and like I have authority on whatever subject I'm talking about. And I just want to ask, like, okay, so you seem like you have a lot of interest in magical items and wares and things like that.
He does sell
Have
them.
you heard of the legendary Staff of the Magi?
He chuckles and is like, Goram, yes, obviously I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
Who hasn't heard in all of Chainyia?
What are your thoughts on this?
He says a powerful item, if not super dangerous. In a way, it's a cheap way for anyone to become like pretty much one of the most powerful wizards ever.
True.
However, there's no magic item in Chainyia worth more than it. That's for sure.
Does he seem like he's Rattle is trying to see whether he's actually interested in the magic items themselves or just the money he's getting from selling them?
Why don't you make an insight check?
Okay.
Can I make that as well?
Yeah.
18.
Ooh, 18.
You can tell he has an interest in wealth. However, like when he talks about the magic
You
items,
see
you can
spells
see it
and
in his
everything.
eye. Like he's very like knowledgeable and he's very interested. So he doesn't collect them for himself, but he treats it like with a lot of respect.
It's kind of like he's very good at his job.
Yeah,
His
he's
job is
really
to
good.
sell stuff, but as part of that, he knows a lot.
Exactly.
Oh, Liam.
So
is
he's not
secret
like a
chest.
collector, but he's almost like the magic shop owner, right? Like he knows everything about magic cards, even though he himself doesn't possess the best ones. He sells them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I kind of want to.
It's Liam in secret chest. It lets you summon the chest.
Yeah, so it's one above that.
Yeah. Wait, why is there Liam in secret chest and then secret
Rattles
chest?
has more questions.
You fucking stop, dude.
I want to see if I can get this mirror off him in any type of way by like offering him
I think
stuff.
it's.
I mean, it's gonna be money. He doesn't want to part.
I think
with
it's a
it.
5th level spell, and you have a
Oh,
command
okay.
word you can speak, and it summons like a door.
Not contact other
It is.
planes.
So I'm thinking of portable hole.
Isn't that a magic item?
Yeah, it's a magic item.
Yeah.
This fine black cloth is folded up to the dimensions of a handkerchief. It unfolds into a circular sheet 6 feet in diameter. So that's what I was thinking of.
You son of a fucking bitch.
I'm just looking,
You're
dude.
trying to get me hard, dude. It's
So
gonna be
Tony,
somewhere.
I want to ask him, what's like the most valuable items that he's had in his possession before? Like,
The mirror.
surely you've had a
Mirror's
lot of
the big.
cool ones that have come and gone. What were some of your favorites? Has had any cool things before?
He says as far as magic items go, he's had a lot that have been as equal as the Mirror of Life Trapping, but none more so. However, he very recently had an incredibly powerful potion, which he no longer has.
What
Are
kind of
any-
potion was it?
It was one of a kind, meaning obviously there are none other like it. And give me a second, let me see what it's called.
There's tiny hut, obviously.
It was called a potion of dragon's majesty.
What does that do?
It transforms whoever drinks it into a legendary creature from Myr known as a dragon for 1 hour.
Those are fake.
We're familiar with dragons, like as legends.
Yeah, and they're in Myr. So they're almost... In this world, dragons are almost... They're obviously because
Tiamat,
they're seen as,
obviously,
like, demonic. So in Myr, there are dragons, like, flying overhead. But in Chainyia, there are no dragons.
That is quite something. I think that's Fizbin's, right?
Yes. He sold it for quite a large sum.
I say that's very interesting. It's always amazing to discover new magic items in the world, isn't it?
On that note, I want to ask, there are probably quite a few magic items that you've heard of, as there are a lot of legendary ones in China.
Chainyia.
Are there any that you
Chainyia.
Nihai?
Well, Demiplane does what you were describing.
Okay, that's
so that's
weird.
level 8.
Are you... No. what?
Shadowy
Are there
door on
any
a
items
flat
that he
solid
would like
surface.
to have that he knows of?
Hmm?
I mean, any ones that he's looking to get his hands on?
Not necessarily. He has enough contacts that it's always like a surprise what he gets.
Okay.
It's Demiplane. That is a 6 spell, though.
Ooh, but it's an 8-level spell?
Can you use it with the Staff of the Magi?
No.
Has he?
It's a good spell.
I'm
Has he
exhausting
ever
every
handled-
option out of this NPC that I can.
Well, yeah. And Mazrax, I think I'm just. I mean, we all have time, right? He's got time. We have time. Like we're just kind of chatting,
Yeah.
and yeah, I think maybe we're trying to warm up to him so that we can actually like see this mirror because that'd be cool.
I'm trying to think of how to get enough gold.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, I guess if they kill
Over
the Death
double
Tyrant,
what we have right
Yeah.
now. We have 7,015.
Has he ever, had a
We
gem
spent a
of
lot,
a gem of seeing
No, we haven't spent
pass
any,
through?
have we?
we spent
no.
the last couple.
And as far as you can tell,
I think
there's only one of
we're
those.
fighting
Though it's
stronger
possible
stuff,
that
too.
others
We're
have been
getting higher
created.
materials.
There's one
We could
that
potentially
he
make
knows of.
items that we could sell for a while.
Tarsatek, by chance?
But I think
he
if we
said that
find
would be the
an
one.
item we don't want, it
Would you be
nice.
interested in seeing that?
He said, yeah, he would if you have it.
I
Scoff.
I take off my helmet and I pull out the gem.
And you reveal that you were completely bald. No one else realized.
No, he has a skullet.
Yeah, but I pull the gem out of the socket that I've crafted and I hold it out for him to see.
He takes it pretty eagerly. Or you do let him have it. And he examines it. You can tell from his face and stuff he's pretty excited to have, this isn't an item he's ever had before. And he kind of asks you about it, okay, so what does it do? How does the effect work? How do you activate it? Things like that.
Yeah, and I say actually this gem, my mother is from Vanes. She left, during the rebellion and brought this with her to Seleron's gift, and they crafted it into this. I like to think that it kind of contains a bit of her personality in it as well. But yeah, I explained the mechanical benefits, functions of it.
Little spell I've never seen.
And then I also talk about how I crafted it, the socket for it so that it could be fastened into the helm.
Says you wouldn't consider selling it, would you?
Unfortunately not. It's of course a family heirloom, and
He starts being really annoying and asking you questions.
and it's proved very useful in our travels.
He says he can really make you a good deal. Could give you.
I'll give you the mirror for it.
He says right now he could give you 2,000 gold for it, pretty easily.
Make it
So
8,000.
I kind of entertain that, and I'll hold my hand back out for it.
He hands it back to you. He doesn't try to steal it or anything, but he does say, "Okay, what about 3,000?"
Unfortunately, it's not for sale. But if there's anything else that we might be able to,
It's too high utility.
Buy the Staff of the Magi for.
He jokingly says, the staff of the Magi
4,000.
says a hunk of junk like that would be worth around 200,000 at least.
Rattle's eyes.
Actually,
just
not that
light
much.
up with-
It's like $2 million.
Pissed, dude. You can't even retire on that shit anymore.
Dude, but think about it. It's 2024. Think about how much that's worth in 100.
Well,
dude, this is like medieval.
True.
Yeah.
I know we're interested in the winged boots. I think I'm also interested in that mace. That sounds really nice to have. And maybe while we're at the same time, if you wouldn't mind, we'd all
Scrolls.
just as an interest, we'd love to see the mirror.
Ooh, he says, while it
I
is
don't want
interesting,
to. I don't want Rattle to see that mirror.
he also
at all.
says
Rattle
the item,
wants to see
it's not about keeping the item safe. It is equally about keeping others safe from the item. As you know, wouldn't be good to be trapped in there.
And we don't know who's stored in there. That's why I want to see. It's like smash it.
I'm sure Tobin has like locked away some fun secret in there.
That's my first thought. Is like, who's already in the mirror?
Yeah.
Dude, I could offer this guy a one-on-one meeting with his god.
Could you? Do you have the money to do that?
I can teleport him there because he's willing, and then leave him there.
You literally slowly draw a knife as you say that. I can offer you.
Yeah, I can let you meet God. We need to go back to that bathhouse, and hopefully that rich dumbass will be there to steal his gems again.
I don't have the staff right now, so I don't really want to say anything.
Yeah, just
Oh, yeah.
out of like,
But, like-
obviously that item is like locked.
Could we, like-
It's within a vault.
Go
Yeah.
take the gold
But,
that place is made.
Cool.
Obviously,
Can we, like, go take gold
he would
from there?
love to
It's
sell
made out
you
of
the
gold.
winged boots and the mace
From
of
the
destruction.
place?
Like, in
for
theory,
a
could we go
total
to the
of
moon, take
48
a shaft of wheat and go back and sell that for like
I'm trying to think.
gold?
Was that Mace of Destruction one of the magic items that was created?
Might be
No,
the-
so I'm actually altering that
That
to
stuff makes
only
us
legendary items, but
absurdly
as of like the
powerful.
world generation, it
Like,
I
only
mean, all it's already
recognizes
is fuck out
rare,
everything with
very
it and
rare.
it died,
Well,
but
actually, I guess it
kinda
could have
worth
been
doing.
doing. I'm actually going to redo that because they're technically artifacts in this world.
Mhm.
So
They're one of a kind.
I'm actually going to make it. Well, no. So the world generator has been updated to where now it will actually add stuff to them. So they do what they're supposed to do plus more, and
Yeah.
as time goes on, they actually get more powerful. So then they really become artifacts. But I also altered it to be like only legendary items, I think, just so that way
Yeah.
you guys are getting your hands on so many items. It makes sense to really only differentiate like really, really
Yeah.
powerful. Plus, any items you guys have kept or that have already been done will stay because I
But-
want to see them get more powerful.
I liked Tar's attack because I was able to incorporate. I was able to know a magic item that exists in the world and make that my own, incorporate my history, and you and I tweaked it to make it special.
Yeah.
So that was kind of nice.
The only thing that's a bummer is it doesn't let me adjust like the percentage of odds of getting
Oh,
what type. And because there's way more rare and very rare than legendary,
Yeah.
out of all the magic items we got, I think we got like literally one legendary. The rest are just rare and very rare.
Which,
So that's where I'm like, oh, that's a bummer. I wish there were more like legendary artifacts. But maybe, I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, I feel fine with how it is because it did make Goram that much more special.
What we might do then is we'll leave rare and very rare in, but at the end of each campaign, I may go through and
Make
remove
one.
some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Just remove the ones that like, we're not ever gonna use this,
Yeah.
and that way there's room for more to come in.
or ones that just the slot can be filled by any other item.
Yeah,
at
so
that
I
time.
may remove some each wave that just like maybe they are destroyed or they fade away or something.
Because in theory, right, like most of these would be like national treasures. These would be things that were like very valuable and kept safe.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, because just now I'm like, man, by the end there'll be like hundreds of artifacts, or like more than that. So at a certain point, I have to start taking some out or something. So maybe I'll do that.
What about
Plus, it'll be cool because this item you're sort of seeing next time we play could be even more powerful, right? And have more things.
you can see twice?
All right.
So do you buy these items?
Yeah. Is everyone good with me spending
I
that?
think so. We should look at
Oh,
spell scrolls if
yeah,
we have
just-
them too.
Yeah. What ones are you buying?
The winged boots and the mace.
You are buying the mace?
I
Yeah.
think it's worth getting the mace. Especially if we're gonna fight undead.
We'll get more money.
And we can
Yeah,
probably
we
get more
will.
money for it later. We have high enough charisma.
Yeah, we can teleport to the moon, take a stock of wheat, and teleport.
That's what I'm
back.
saying. Literally, we could plane shift to like anywhere that's like that, and just be like, yay.
So does he take us to
We can
the
also
vault,
plane
or
shift
does
into
he?
a vault.
No.
Okay.
Go to another planet.
You
come
guys
back in the
wait
vault.
there
It's the
until
general
he
area.
comes back. And in fact, when he goes,
But
like the door
it
is
also
locked and
does
bolted
have,
behind
Yeah.
him. So you don't even get to follow him to where the vault is.
Where is it?
Although they can block magic with the.
However,
materials,
before
so
he
might
goes
get
to the vault, we do that. Let's find out if he has the spell scrolls you want, because those will also be locked up.
We just want ones we can
Pass
use.
wall.
Hey, what spell scrolls are you looking for? He can't tell you all his. Just, I mean, it'd be easier to just ask for what you
Ask
want.
for which ones.
I mean,
Well,
what
yeah,
ones
because I
can-
could list every single one he has.
What are ones that are useful that I should get? Sending, one of them.
Yeah, sending's good.
Yeah, what level is sending?
Haste if he has them.
I have haste.
You do, but it'd be nice not to have to use a
Spell slot.
spell slot.
True.
Even
Wait,
though,
how does that work with a concentration spell?
It's
It's
still
still-
concentration.
yeah, exact same way. Instead of a spell slot, it just uses the scroll.
Yeah.
It's just like if you're out of spell slots, you
Yeah.
can use this.
Well, mostly so you can use
Scroll.
your combat spells. Combat.
Yeah.
I did think too, if your guy gets strong enough, you could haste your skeleton.
How about create bonfire?
It's not a bad one.
What's the highest level spell you got right now?
Fourth.
Fourth.
I mean, animate dead would be useful, right?
Animated.
Charm monster, dimension door.
Dimension door would be fantastic. That would be a very useful spell to have, spell scroll to have. Featherfall is always a useful one, just in case.
Pull out a scroll
Okay.
as you're falling. You're doing.
I mean, it's better than not having Featherfall. But, well, Featherfall in my mind is always, obviously it's good as a reaction, but I always think of jumping from high places like to get somewhere quickly. Fly. Scroll
Sadly,
fly
he doesn't
or
have
whatever.
any scrolls of sending at the moment. Somehow.
What about sounding?
What other ones did you want?
Oh,
Shit.
Fly would be good, right? Dimension door, fly,
greater invisibility.
wither and bloom. Wait, can you use regular healing spells? Can we get like cure wounds?
Yeah, anything that's a wizard spell, I'm good.
Oh wait, but he's a paladin, so he could do that as well. Because healing scrolls are always useful. Oh.
Okay, so what spells did you want?
I don't know.
Well, you gotta tell me, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Greater invisibility.
Yeah, greater visibility is very useful. I think fly or dimension door are
Doesn't
always
have
useful.
fly.
Dimension
Spider
door.
climb, maybe?
Greater invisibility.
He has 3 scrolls. It'd be quicker for you guys to tell me which ones you want. He has 3 scrolls of like light, catapult, and catapult's my favorite spell in all of D&D. I'll never not think that's the best spell.
Summon greater demon.
He does have greater invisibility.
Ooh,
What else?
Dimension door.
Transport via plants.
we can't use
Yeah,
it.
you can't use that.
Otherwise, I would say yeah.
He does have dimension door.
Okay, what are the costs of those two?
What about arcane weapon? That's a good spell. Although we all kind of have +1s at least.
So each one costs 160 gold,
Yeah.
and he has 2 of each.
So that's greater invisibility and dimension door.
Wait, actually, hold on. I may have got the price wrong.
I was like, that seems low.
It's double that, so it'd be 320 each.
For dimension door and greater invisibility.
Well, your call, Rattle. You're the one who'd be using them.
3 and 20 each for. What does Dimension Door do?
500 feet away.
Teleport.
You and
teleport.
somebody else.
Me and someone else.
It's kind of like a quick getaway.
Arcane Eye might be an
What
alright
is-
spell
I
scroll
have
too to
that.
have.
But yeah.
But
everything has it.
it's just to avoid casting spell slots.
I mean, but for these two, I would be learning them, not. I feel like it'd be more
yeah.
useful to learn them than to.
Oh,
just
I didn't
use
think
once.
about that. True, we could
I
buy
can
one to
learn
give
any
you
of
the
them.
spell.
Yeah, from the spell.
So what spells do you want?
Greater
After wizard
invisibility.
spells?
That's what I was asking, just for
Really
utility,
good.
because I'll learn. I have.
Dimension Door is obviously a very heavy utility spell. So is Greater Invisibility, especially if you want to steal stuff.
Yeah, because as far as like any combat things goes, I'm already booked with my spells. Like I don't.
You have.
I don't have the spell slots to make more use ones. So.
Yeah.
I'd also try getting some that are way more powerful. You'd have to pay a lot, but I mean, it might be nice to have like one level like
What's the-
7 or 8.
Yeah, what's the limit on using those though?
You have to
You have to make a check.
arcane
What's the
check,
check?
Arcana
Arcane
check.
check?
Yeah, so the check is 10 plus the spell's level. So if you have a ninth level spell scroll, it would be an arcane check 19. If you fail, the scroll is destroyed, and you
That's
don't
not
get to
bad.
cast it.
I mean, that
No,
shouldn't
it's
be
not
bad.
impossible, but it
I have a
just
+8,
all
so
depends.
it's like
Well, but I mean, think about it. If you only got like an 8th level spell scroll, it's even lower. Or 7,
24.
or 6, so.
I would have succeeded.
Well, yeah, so it's up to you.
Okay, that's cool.
And you may not have it because those are rare. But...
Wish. Does he have a wish spell scroll?
No, he doesn't have any 9th level. The most he has is 8th.
What are his 8th level spell scrolls?
I don't know what 8th level spell do you want.
How many does he have?
There are literally hundreds of spells.
Tobin rolls
Are there?
for the chance after we tell him.
Yeah, I don't have. I'm not gonna generate. Like, yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah.
Let's
So I
see.
roll.
Sorry, I have not played this game for long enough to know any good. I don't know any.
Control
So,
weather, you could
there's
pretend
not
like you're
that
a
many
control,
8th level.
occult person.
Stop the blizzard.
Anti-magic field. Clone. You can clone yourself.
How much?
Yeah, but that takes like a year for your clone to grow. So it might not be worth it.
Dark Star.
How much are his 8th level spells?
So an 8th level spell is.
Dude, Dark Star is literally just A Souls E. It's an 8th level spell. It creates like a star gravity field. They take 8 d10s every time they're in it. And slowed. Oh yeah, and if they hit 0 hit points, they're disintegrated. Maze, that's kind of cool. Mighty Fortress.
They're 940 gold each.
How about reality break?
What level is that?
It's 8th level.
Maddening Darkness.
Does crazy stuff.
60-foot sphere, spreads around corners. Dark vision, non-magical light.
He has it.
Yes, reality break.
He does.
All right, let me read this for you. But also, like, can he succeed of writing an 8th level spell?
No, it has to be a spell he can cast.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
okay.
But to read it,
To use it, yeah. All right. You shatter the barriers between realities and timelines, thrusting a creature into turmoil and madness. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw, or it can't take reactions until the spell ends. The affected target must also roll a d10 at the start of each of its turns. The number rolled determines what happens to the target. So, Vision of the Far Realm. The target takes 6d12 psychic damage and is stunned until the end of the turn. Rending Rift. The target must make a dexterity saving throw, taking 8d12 force damage on a failed save, or half as much. Wormhole. The target is teleported along with everything it's wearing and carrying up to 30 feet, and it takes 10d12 force damage and is knocked prone.
I don't know why it's
And
called.
Chill of the Dark Void. The target takes 10d12 cold damage and is blinded.
Have you guys seen Delayed Blast Fireball?
No.
It's a level 7 spell. You like make like a little thing of flame and like send it to a location, and then when your concentration's broken or you decide to end it, it explodes into a massive fireball that does 12d6.
12d6
Wow.
seems low.
But I love the idea of like
Delayed fireball?
Yeah, 12d6 is pretty high. But I love the idea of mismanaging where it is and like somebody hitting you and doing like 2 damage and you've been blowing up.
I mean, level 3, like a 3rd level fireball does 8d6.
Yeah.
I could upcast to level
But you can't have a
6.
fireball in a specific spot. Like this is one you could lay as a trap.
Right.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
it's a lot more versatile.
Oh, so it doesn't shoot out, it goes.
No, you like drop like a little flame drop wherever you want and
Yeah.
it goes to it and then you can blow
Is
it up.
Reality Break a wizard spell?
Uh-huh.
Oh, because it's not on the list.
Oh, but it was on...
Oh, it's homebrew.
It's
I was about to say,
DC. What's DC mean? Chronergy, Dunamancy spell.
Oh, no, wait.
So it's homebrew.
If at the
No,
end of your turn,
Dunamancy's-
No,
if
it's not a
if
book,
at the end of your turn, if meat is not yet detonated, the damage increases by 1d6. So for every turn I hold it, it increases damage.
Is it a save to hold it?
It's
each turn?
from
Is that the late
No, it's just
fireball?
concentration.
That's a
I
sick.
could
Yeah,
hold it for
yeah.
like
that's a
ever.
sick, hilarious
It's just-
spell.
Boom.
I know it's delayed fireball.
You have it in your pocket, your hand in your pocket. You go to shake somebody's hand and blow them away.
It's from the Explorer's Guide to Wildemount.
Oh, Wildemount's a book then. Wildmount.
Is that a D&D book or is that a like
This one.
Cobalt Press homebrew company?
I mean, it's on the Wikidot.
yeah, Wikidot is full of homebrew.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
But I have that in here. I have the
Maybe
Explorer's
it
Guide.
just doesn't sound familiar. So maybe it is, or is it a new one that's coming out?
Is that where
Oh,
the
yeah.
turtle
No,
people
it's-
are in?
It's on D&D's. It's on D&D Beyond.
Because it's in my Prism app. I just don't know where, or I've never read the book or
I've
seen
never
it.
even heard of it. What is it called? Guide to
Oh, it's a
Explorer's
critical role book.
Ah.
And they did add, they
I
added
see.
their Kindle one
Yeah.
and that one
Okay.
to the
Really?
D&D.
Released in March of 2020.
Yeah.
Canon through D&D. It's sold through D&D.
Does he have a
I
spell
haven't
scroll
heard.
of delayed fire blast?
What level is
Delayed
it?
blast fireball?
7.
7.
I mean, he had reality break, so.
Who can cast autos irresistible dance? Is it only bards?
That
spell's so baller.
Yeah, probably only bards. Level 7, delayed fireball.
Yeah.
He does not.
What about Finger of Death?
What level is that?
7. It's a good spell.
He does not.
Firestorm?
What level is that?
7. I'm only going for 7.
No.
Draconic Transformation?
That's pretty bad, eh?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's not bad. With Aurora, you draw on Magic of Dragons to transform yourself, taking on draconic features. You have Blind Sight, Breath Weapon.
Wait.
As a bonus action, does 68 in the cone. 60-foot cone, so as a bonus action every turn you could do a Draconic Breath Weapon. That's not a terrible spell. Arcane Sword.
You could also look into doing some like healing potions and stuff. There's been a
That's what
few
I was saying. It
times
might
you
be
guys
good to
been-
have.
Oh, I wish we had a healing potion.
Yeah, I still have one for myself. I don't know what you guys
I still have one.
Or I don't. The problem is wizards don't have that great of healing spells, but you could buy a spell scroll for you, like a really good healing spell.
What was that? The mace called?
The Mace of Disruption.
Wait, this is kind of a 6
Wait,
though.
no. Could I get? Does he have a spell scroll of homunculus? Create homunculus, because then I could
Oh.
use it once, and it lasts until I die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same with clone too.
But that one takes 2.
Yeah.
So-
Well, it only takes an hour to cast, but it takes a year for your
I
clone
don't
to
know
grow,
how I
and you have
never
to have
saw
a place
this
to
spell.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, you have to pay for the spell component still.
Get
with the
it.
scroll. So if it requires components, you still have to pay for that.
Get it ready for the completion of this campaign, so that way, like,
My
in the next campaign, yeah.
In fact, let me look at.
I need to read clone because that could be really cool.
Tensor's Transformation. I don't know how I never saw this. It's a 6th level spell. But you give yourself martial prowess fueled by magic. Until the spell ends, you can't cast spells, but you gain 50 temporary hit points. You have advantage on attack rolls you make with simple and martial weapons. When you hit with a target with a weapon attack, the target takes an extra 2d12 force damage. You have proficiency with all shield, simple weapons, and martial weapons. This is legit
Become
Overlord.
yeah.
Like when he
Yeah.
starts like transforming through them all.
Okay.
That's kind of hilarious. Like Wizard who's just jacked for like 2 minutes. No, it's
Wait.
10 minutes.
What was this called?
It's called Tensor's Transformation.
I know this. I was prepared. It's. You'll see it in the next campaign.
It's a great spell.
Yeah.
Mass suggestion.
So, create homunculus. Well, it does require you to.
At least 1,000 gold pieces.
Yeah.
I know.
Oof. But do you want to see if he has it still? Just for fun.
Homunculi
Yeah,
have some
yeah.
interesting stuff though, right? Because aren't they you? Like they have
They
your
don't have
personality,
He
right?
doesn't have it.
Yeah, you create a life,
Guys,
and it's not something that's just like a quickly summoned.
That's the only one I really wanted.
Put the Helm of Intellect on that.
Well, I know because
No,
that
I
one.
would have. That was my plan.
Oh,
I was
okay.
like, all right, if I can create this thing, then he'll be my new pet.
He really will just, like, take over, though.
Yeah. Sad.
Oh, weird spell I've never seen. Dromage's instant summons. It seems like PP. Disintegrates level 6. So Circle of Death, both of which are good spells.
Those guys are going to be so sad that they missed this session.
Actually, though. Eyebite's a freaking spell that makes me want to rip my hair out in Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Every time that crap hits me, it's like, there's no way I reloaded the save 11 times. How am I failing all 11 times? It's not even possible. It's like a 13 save.
According to this, the irresistible dance can be used by wizards.
It can be.
Yeah.
That's a hilariously good spell. There's no save. They just dance. They have to dance. Period. It's so good. I cheesed so many boss fights of Baldur's Gate with it. Like Raphael, literally, I'm like, dance, N-word. And he does. Gravity Fissure, that sounds cool. Guards and Wards, what the hell? A ward that protects up to 2,500 square feet. Huh? Oh, so it's like warding your place.
I did not know this. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can spend up to half your hit die if the homunculus is on the same plane of existence as you. When you do so, roll each die and add your constitution modifier to it. Your hit point maximum is reduced by the total, and the homunculus's hit point maximum is increased by it.
So you can transfer life to
I can
it.
transfer my own life to it, and it's permanent.
Yeah.
Like I do.
Until it dies.
Yeah.
You can just make him beefier and beefier.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not that beefy. I only have 40 hit points.
I also don't think... I'm trying to think
But
the
over time,
homunculus...
you gain a lot.
I don't think it's that
No, 'cause
strong to
can't
start
do it if
with.
I don't have any more to give.
What's the benefit of having a homunculus?
Oh, like it's permanent?
It's permanent. It takes them away from me, and my hit point maximum is reduced. Its hit point maximum is
Oh.
increased.
Yeah, until it dies, there's no way to undo it.
Yeah.
What's the point of that?
So
I
I want
get
to
one
look
hit
into
point,
the
and that becomes
homunculus to see if it
tanky.
really works. Yeah, I don't know what the big deal
Can you
is.
give it a gun?
Okay, so I mean, let's buy the. I think both Dimension Door and Greater Invisibility would probably be useful. I don't know if we really need Dimension Door. It's 320 gold, so.
But it's more about putting it in your spell book.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
I think it's worth putting in your spellbook personally.
I think there have been times in previous campaigns it's.
I mean, it's
useful.
never going to not be
What is
useful.
it? It just teleports us 30 feet.
500.
500.
Oh.
Yeah.
You can go far, and
And
it's
it's-
you and one other person.
And do you need line of sight?
Probably.
For what?
Dimension door? Really?
Actually, we had this exact question not very long ago. And I think it was determined you don't technically need it, but you have to know the general area, maybe.
To any other spot within range. So
Well, there you go. You don't need it.
it can be a place you can see, one you can visualize, or one you can describe by stating distance and direction. We use this to get inside that locked house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I already rolled for Dimension Door. Didn't you guys already ask
Yeah,
for Dimension Door?
you said these are both
He has
available.
Greater Invisibility.
Oh.
And they were 320.
Yes. So greater visibility is worth having.
Yeah.
You can cast it on your skeleton and have him steal.
Yeah, they were 320. He has 2 Dimension Door and 2 Greater Invisibility.
So
Each one is 320.
One of each.
Oh, he does have dimension door.
So that's 640. Now, you guys are getting so many magic items, we need to look up the, attunement rules, too.
I'm at 3.
Oh. Is that the max?
Yeah.
Now, I thought the max could go up, or can it not?
Maybe with a wish spell.
I thought I thought it went off of your stats or your level or something.
No more than 3 magic items at a time.
Oh, wow. I know an artificer can have more, but that makes sense. So,
Pretty happy about that mace.
yeah, it's pretty,
Well, I've been looking for a new weapon for myself. I thought maybe I could make one and sell
you're
as
at,
gift.
so you're at 3 magic items.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've ever had a point in any D&D campaign where anyone's maxed out.
I think Ian's been maxed out for a
Ian's been-
while.
Oh, long
Yeah.
time.
He's
What
got
does Ian have?
he's got the
Belt,
belt,
ring of protection.
and
Does
his
the
hammer.
ring require attunement?
It does.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow, a lot of those items don't.
Anything that's like a permanent effect on your stats. Typically, is.
I guess that's true. Whereas like your armor doesn't affect your stats because you don't need to attune your armor.
Mm-mm.
So he's at 3. You're at 3. What are you at 3?
I think I'm only at 2 because I have the gloves of missile snaring, my sword. I think that's it.
Ring of
counts?
swimming.
I don't think that Ring of Swimming needs it.
What counts as magic items?
An item which is magic.
Okay, I have a ring of resistance to necro. Is that a magic item?
Yes.
Okay.
Question is it?
Yeah, Ring of Swimming does not require attunement. Ring of Resistance probably requires it because the resistance is a big thing. Yes, it requires attunement.
Your staff probably does.
Yeah, the staff of the Magi. Your staff.
Yeah, I know that one for sure does. But, and my other staff is a +1 staff, so it probably counts too.
And then your book.
But you're not
Counts
wielding
as a
both
magic item.
staves.
Yeah. Does the +1 staff counts as a magic item too?
Yeah.
So you're maxed right now too.
Yeah, with my book, my ring, and my magic staff.
Yep. But luckily, you can just trade out this magic staff for the.
What does Tanner have? Does he have anything other than his boots?
He's got the wand with that, which is +1.
Yeah, yeah.
Better.
Well, wait, no, but +1 weapons usually don't.
Well, it depends on what kind. Like a sword wouldn't, but magic might. Because like a +1 sword doesn't count as magical damage, which is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, a +1 wand does require attunement.
Okay. Because it affects his spellcasting ability.
Yeah.
So he's has 2.
'Cause the
So
wing
holy
boots.
cow, man. That's crazy. You guys got a lot of magic items.
I want stuff to increase my defense now.
We'll have
How many
to.
magic items does your brother have?
None.
One
That's
if you count a sword.
messed up, dude.
He has a blood katana.
Did he get to? Did you let him fight the demon to level his up?
He got his ass knocked out immediately, remember?
Yeah.
I got mine knocked out 3 times. I just kept getting back up and hitting him once.
Yeah, I remember.
It was a shame. I thought about, like, dragging his corpse over
This
and
is
hitting
crazy.
him with
We've
it.
never had a campaign because now it's going to reach a point where you guys are going to get a good item and have to be like, oh man.
But then we could sell them or something.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Like, my gloves of missile snaring are not anything. Like, I could trade those out for anything better.
Those are pretty cool though.
I like them. However, it's been a long time since I've had an arrow shot at me now.
Really?
Yeah, mostly devils shooting little magic and biting me. A lot.
Yeah, I guess that's
Like,
true.
if I could catch lightning bolts with them, they'd be pretty good. But normally chain lightning, I haven't been able to catch anything. Except for my face.
Does any projectile? What about those rocks getting thrown at you?
It's not a missile, I don't think. It has to be an arrow.
Does it have to be? An
Actually, by definition, it is a missile. A rock would be, but I'm pretty
I
sure it has to be
yeah.
Just catch it. Big boulder.
All right, boys.
yeah, full boulder.
So you spent how much money did you just spend?
A bit.
4,800 plus
But we ain't spending on anything else.
640.
Quite a bit.
I tracked those. We
Ain't
had
nothing for us.
6,700. Now we have 1,300.
Oh no, it's a ranged weapon attack, so...
Oh. Weapon.
What?
So, well, somebody shot a gun at me. That'd be kind of cool. Goes right through my hand into the head.
It's really good. It's also you guys are such high level now
Because
where
it
like
slows down.
countering archers.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so you guys did a lot of shopping, a lot of like management that way.
Well, there's some purpose to come into this cursed city.
Yeah, I think we'll find.
That
Plus,
is
it is hard because
better
it's
shop
like...
than Parthendale, but
Yeah, I'm
no,
sure.
just kidding.
Rinjax house. I'll take this.
Yeah. It's like, dude, I would have given you all that for free.
Yeah, I want good armor or...
You want mithril armor?
Mithril would be nice, but then I remember Mithril doesn't... It negates the heaviness, but it doesn't let you add your dexterity modifier. And since I'm a
No.
fighter, I'm going to have a high dexterity modifier, so I'm like, dang, it would be good. Like, theoretically, one more upgrade for me. Actually, I'm already even. Puts me... If I was wearing studded leather, I'd be even with chainmail now. So it's like,
We've got
reality...
+3 studded leather.
That's what I would need, is like something like that.
Yeah, that's why like the mithril armor only really worked for me at the beginning because it meant that I could dump my strength.
And
What
it is
about-
still nice. Being able to stealth and stuff is
What
really
about
good.
armor of invulnerability?
Yeah, doesn't make sense.
Makes
to me.
you immune to all damage for 1 minute.
Yeah. I mean, do you really need that ever?
No,
Yeah, did you ever need to be immune to all damage for...
Imagine Ethan's character thrown off a mountain by a dragon.
Imagine any character. They chain lightning me, I have it.
But imagine being like in a battlefield and seeing a dude in armor falling like 1,000 feet from the sky and then just
Standing
getting
back
up
up.
and being like, holy crap.
Pretty sick. Yeah, I forgot about plus, like, leather armor and stuff. Although +3's, like, what, very rare at least. Probably
It
really
is very
expensive.
rare. Yeah, it goes uncommon, rare, very rare.
It only takes me an hour to learn these spells, right? That we spot.
Yep. Got to copy them and pay the gold.
100 pieces.
1 hour per level of the spell.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. If it's
No, I think that's.
I don't think
I thought it was just an
I think
hour.
it's just.
Oh yeah, because that wouldn't make sense for a longer. Like take your whole night.
But if it's a night level spell,
It's-
then it makes
Yeah.
sense.
Not really. You're like, oh, that's all it is?
Yeah, and then you have to spend, is it 10 gold per spell level?
No, I think it's
50.
100, right? It's 50 if it's your
It's
class.
not 50 per. It's yeah.
And
Okay.
then it's more.
It's 100?
Because you get a discount if it's
I
your
think
class.
it's 100 gold to learn. I don't think it has anything to do with the spell level.
Yeah, I think it's always base 100 unless it's necromancy spell, then it's 50.
Holy cow, Noli? That's a lot of money just to learn a stupid spell.
Not really. I mean,
You just had to pay
that's
for
pretty
this
good.
spell.
I mean, I guess to be fair, you paid like 900 gold for it, but
That's
you're
pretty
kind of like
stupid.
fast
But
tracking
you're-
actually learning it.
Yeah, you're paying for the one-time use.
Yes.
And then you're paying again for the infinite use.
Get it forever and not having to go out and like learn it yourself.
Yeah.
Your skeleton's gonna need a spell book if he's gonna be a mage.
Spell.
You use the spell book. Wizards have spell books. That's how they use spells. That's
So
how
I
you
have a book.
you
and
copy
a
the
wand?
scroll into your book, and then you use the arcane focus to cast magic through it. Your book could also be your arcane
But
focus.
I need the book.
You always have to have a spell book, and like usually they're written in code where like only the wizard
Where
can
is this
understand.
ever written?
In the thing under wizard, like the first thing that's on the page talks about this.
Yeah, right here. Copying a spell into the book. When you find a wizard spell of first level or higher, you can add it to your spell book. If it is of the spell level, you can prepare, and if you can spare the time to decipher and copy it. So you can only learn spells that you can cast.
Yeah.
Copying the spell into your spellbook involves reproducing the basic form of the spell, deciphering the unique system notation by the wizard who wrote it. You must practice the spell until you understand the sounds or gestures required, then transcribe it into your spellbook. For each level of the spell, the process takes 2 hours and costs 50 gold
Yep.
for
Yikes.
every level.
Whoa, wait, that's way worse than I thought.
This cost represents material components you expand as you experiment with the
200
spell to
gold to
master it,
copy
as well
those.
as the fine inks you need to record it. Once you have spent the time and money, you compare the spell just like any of your own spells. So yeah, so 50 gold plus
20.
2 hours per level. However, if it is of your spell level, it's halved. So it would be 25 per level instead of 50. But yeah, I was like, I thought it leveled up depending on what it was. I mean, it makes sense. Think of, like you see in the
It would be
shows, like
more
if you wanted to
complicated.
master an incredibly powerful spell, I mean, it's generous to say you only have to spend
What was I said? The spell scroll's like
2 days to learn a 9th level spell is pretty fair.
well, because normally it's assumed you're like creating the formula and stuff for whatever spell you're learning when you level up yourself over like months of time, and a spell scroll's like fast tracking. Somebody already did all the work. You just now have to practice it.
Yeah, you have to read it, practice it, and like try to memorize it.
All right. So these are level 4 spells.
Mhm.
Both of them.
Yeah.
You could
So,
spend the rest of the day learning them.
It would take me 8 hours per spell plus 200 gold.
Well, then you can pick one to learn.
Because we do it a whole day. It's like
Let's
the morning.
learn greater invisibility first.
Okay, and then spend the gold.
You have the gold.
I doubt I need the gold.
So 200 gold.
Begging
Yeah, you might
people
as
for
well just give
money.
me 400 so I can have both.
What are you, my future son?
Well, I'll just pay for it out of the party.
Yeah, that's useful for
But I'm only paying for the one
Yeah.
right now.
So then you guys go back to the. I'm guessing you just want to study,
Guys, all of
rest,
Yep.
prepare.
our platinum's gone.
Goodbye.
Whatever. I'll go take another loan out. Cred max.
Yeah, this is good. The rest of the guys are gonna be like, what did you spend all your money on? Like,
Good stuff so far.
there was a
Yeah.
blizzard and you left us alone. So.
Yeah, we needed firewood.
Now the question is, so you guys then wake up the next day on the 11th,
Well,
still kind of snowing.
this is today. This is the 11th.
Yesterday was the 10th.
Oh
Yeah,
no, this
so
is.
now
Oh
you
yeah,
wake up
sorry.
on the 11th.
So is that the whole day, or can we go? Can we do reading in the library or something?
Yeah, you can. If there's anything specific you need to research, you can spend time to do that. But for the most part, the city is pretty much shut down. As you saw, like you had to go from one to the other to see if it was even open. You could also just, if for flavor or something, you could just say like, "That's what I do with the rest of my day," or he has to learn his spells. That's what he's doing the rest of the day.
Yeah, you could like.
So
go
as
to
a
the
party,
library
there's
while we
nothing you
look
can
for
like
more
all
stuff.
put your efforts towards. But
I
there's
guess we
something
could
you
go
wanna
read
study.
whatever we could about the Iron Peaks or whatever. At the library, Willie copies of spells.
That sounds like a good idea.
Good place to be warm.
Also kind of, yeah. I'm kind of interested in... No, I'm in Fanes. My mother is from here. I think I want to look for history books around the time of the rebellion. Understanding that it's going to be slanted, right? History is going to be rewritten.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of interested in what that history is.
Yeah, that's
portrayed
not a
as.
bad idea.
That's what I'm going to do with the rest of my day.
You doing anything?
I'm just reading stuff in the library. Same thing about the Iron Peaks. Anything involving our
Clatter's still reading.
places.
Maybe you can find, like... Maybe some people have mapped out routes on there.
That's what I wondered, yeah, if there's maps or anything like that we could use for it.
Or any, like, odd myths about the Iron Peaks.
Sure, that'll give us a hint of what is up there.
You can both go ahead and roll investigation check.
Oh no. Could my brother help me?
Yeah.
Actually, I should have let him do it. Oh, mine's not terrible.
That's pretty bad.
I got 18.
I need that headband of intellect, please.
Oh, we should have the skeleton go with us and read.
He is reading the library.
He's doing his own personal
What's
stuff.
he reading?
Can I get help from this?
Do you want to invest? Make sure you're investing all the hours he's spending studying. Because I'm serious.
Yeah, track it.
I've tracked one right now. How many hours are we?
We're gonna be here 8 hours.
8 hours. Okay, 8 more.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Keep track, because those.
We look
hours-
over. He's reading like
I'm gonna create.
Books of
I'll
war
create a little
crimes.
chart, and I'll try to figure out how many hours he can reach certain points.
it's the lusty Argonian maiden.
So this is how I wrote it down. I have training time that I'm tracking, and I put arcane just like as a category for training. He has 9 hours currently trained.
Okay. Now also, yeah, you can learn anything that you need him to learn. So just keep track of whatever category.
I'll-
except for
It
now.
would be good to have
Categories
him
for
get
other
skilled and stuff.
Because
yeah.
like language could be nice, or social etiquette.
I got a 9 on mine.
Really, though, to be fair, he can only do intelligence-based things. Really.
Yeah.
I
I mean, he has the basic stats of a skeleton plus 19 intelligence.
that's smarter than literally everyone in the party but you,
Yeah,
though. You,
He's autistic.
Hayden Brown. You are able to find an old, kind of outdated map that shows some sketches of when like some of the very first settlers explored the area. It's very outdated, but maps out like a very basic path to the Iron Peak.
Oh, cool.
However, if you can teleport up there, might not be that useful.
Might just be good to know what is up there. Can I copy that down?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll just.
but just I probably won't remember next time if you need to make a check, so you'll have to remember that.
Yeah,
Because you need to make a check about survival or anything up there, you can have advantage.
yeah. I'll Algan copy it down too, because he's the tracker map
I
guy.
was gonna see, we don't have a lot of time left. I was gonna see if you guys wanted to do the switcheroo back real quick.
Might as well. That way we don't have to do it next time.
Yeah, exactly.
And next time it'll be Tuesday if we do it, right?
Hopefully, yeah. Yeah, I think so.
I know you said Rome is tumbling, so.
Gymnastics?
You said tumbling. I
No, I
swear
didn't.
you said tumbling.
I've never said tumbling in my life. You're tumbling, dude. You're tumbling.
No,
Your mind
you're
is tumbling,
fucking-
dude.
You are fucking.
Anything, you're okay to do Tuesdays for now, at least, right? All right. When is this new change?
It'd be the
gonna
same
come into
Tuesdays or Wednesdays when if you schedule changes.
I know. I'm just saying, like, when this happens, you know what's gonna
So-
happen. Dude,
if
Clatter.
it's on two, well, okay, wait. What today is the 17th, so we'd meet again on the 1st.
Really? Holy moly, it's so far away.
Yeah. Yeah. So I can come to the 1st. That's a Wednesday, or 30th on the Tuesday. Tuesdays
Oh,
are
okay.
fine for me.
We'll
2
do
weeks
Tuesday.
after that, I won't be able to be here.
Schedule will change.
So
So
I
you're
have, I have
telling
one
me-
more session.
You're telling me Clatter only has one section left with us, dude?
It's
What
actually
the
not
hell?
even worth tracking.
All this build up
It
and
is worth
beauty.
tracking.
But I can tune in through this.
If you really will, Ian is gonna need to tune in too. So I'll have my camera and my mic and everything set up.
I will,
So,
for sure.
Good setup.
I should have plenty. There's like no one else at work.
I mean,
once we
Ian
start playing
Ian doesn't
Saturday.
really play. He just kind of sits there and watches.
Yeah.
Like when Cliff plays over Zoom, he's able to participate in combat, like do everything.
I would be able to pay it off.
Yeah. So if you can do that, we've played. Honestly, playing over Zoom isn't bad. I just miss seeing you guys, but like
I would much rather be in here.
It's just hanging out with
But-
people is the fun part. Yeah.
But yeah, like I would like to keep playing because I don't want my character to just be like gone.
So you
I'm
were.
gonna text Brock
How many
too.
hours? Is that an 8-hour shift or is it a 10?
It's 8, so it'd be 40 hours.
So you go back to normal.
Yeah, I'm going back
days.
to
That kind of sucks to lose a day.
410s would be ideal.
Yeah, 410s is like the ultimate schedule.
312s is like
I like 312s. It's just hard on those days.
3 days. It's like I do nothing else. I wake up, go to work,
Yeah.
come back and sleep.
I get 4 days.
Yeah, I get 4 days
Pretty
of
nice.
time off. It's insane.
Yeah, if you wanted to travel or something or do anything.
Problem is that there's like since it's weekends, like traveling even is like what I do. Like
Yeah. It was more so the idea of taking days off seems easier to me if it's 3 instead of anything more. But it's probably done by hours.
Yeah, it's done by hours. So it's like I actually, if I take 3 days off, it's like taking a week off
Yeah.
of work, which is
Yeah,
equal
it's
to
same
5
hours.
days. It like it helps sometimes. It also screws you.
You know what's
over
crazy?
sometimes.
So you guys are almost level 9.
Yeah, we're real
So
close.
I was really planning on like just because it takes long to level up. I kind of thought you guys would be like by the time you guys fight an island, you might be pretty close to 20. I mean, think about
No
you.
way.
You
It
guys-
gets so much higher
Yeah.
exponentially. Oh, but we're fighting harder
We are
stuff.
I know.
fighting harder stuff. I don't know. It depends.
I bet you won't hit 20 because you're right. It does begin to, but I think you guys are gonna be way powerful, which is fun. That's
16
like
or
kind of the whole
17.
point. Because an island is gonna be.
We finished Cliffs at
Very
level
nice.
I mean,
16 and
seems
it felt
that
pretty
fight's
good.
gonna be insane. So
Yeah, I'm hoping. But that's kind of the whole point. Is I was like, I want you guys to be as strong as you can because
Yeah.
it'd be sweet to just have like. I told Ian, I'm like, it's gonna be like a god battle. That's
Yeah.
kind of the whole point. Yeah, I think that would be sick. I mean, literally, it's gonna be a god battle because he's
Yeah.
like God. So yeah.
It'll be the end of Divinity 2.
And the shadow guy's gonna keep killing me.
Dude, that fight was
I
so
don't know.
hard.
I don't even want to talk about it.
Because I built my party wrong, but it was still hard.
I was just reading about this spell called contingency.
Yeah, dude, contingency's amazing.
Is that where when you die, or
No, so you can
No.
pick any spell to go off, like if you specify
You
a
can
certain
set-
effect.
Basically, any spell you can cast immediately, but by casting contingency.
Yeah,
And then
so
that
like-
spell doesn't go off right now.
It's a
It
reaction.
casts whenever that trigger.
So like, hey, if
Whenever
I
that
die,
condition goes
cast fireball right at my body.
Yeah.
So then you die, boom. Like anything though. It could be, hey, when I die,
Revivify?
cast revivify. Yeah, or teleport. If I hit less than 10 hit points, teleport. Yeah.
Technically
Reincarnate?
speaking, it doesn't specify any restrictions for what the condition can be.
No.
yeah,
At all.
it would be whatever you
The
want.
you can only have one at a time, which is lame. Like contingency, you only do one at a time.
If that guy thinks about killing me, teleport me.
Well, literally, I mean, I'm sure it has to be like,
Yes.
but
I mean, technically, written wise, it doesn't have to be anything. It's like
Yeah, I think the idea is you can make whatever condition you want.
what would your condition be?
if I am being controlled by a player named Ethan, whenever he says the word Waluigi, do this.
No. No.
Cut your internet.
If
I disown. I disavow.
if the
But the thing is, mostly spells you never get to
If the,
cast.
like-
If the thing overruns its spell capacity and explodes,
yeah. Why
I
not?
mean, I could cast a spell, yeah. I could. That would totally be a
Can
trick
you
that I could
can
do.
you target? Oh, yeah. You could teleport yourself away.
for sure.
So you could do like a suicide bombing. and
Also
live.
for like any type of like, I mean, this one seems cheap, so maybe we shouldn't do this one. But it's like if someone's like lying to me, it's like I could basically use that as a trigger. It's like cast prestidigitation on myself and turn my hand purple if I'm being lied to.
or cast Zone of Truth on them.
But I wonder if
Yeah,
it
I mean,
has
I
to
did.
be your own. Like, I'm assuming you can't pull facts out of the ether. It would
Yeah, it
have
has to be
something
like
that your
it has to
character
be like
knowledge
okay,
of.
I think this
doesn't
person's lying to me. Then
Specify that at all.
Well, yeah, but you're setting the condition, which means, in theory, in the universe, you couldn't metagame to have a condition that your character would not have any ability to know about. Like, how would your
The
character know
would
if they're
literally-
lying?
No, that's the thing. Is the character wouldn't know. The character doesn't have to have knowledge of that. Character would just say, if I'm being lied to, I set this condition to trigger
But
my spell.
I don't think it's omniscient. I don't think the spell would know unless you knew, is what I'm saying. Because you're setting the spell. I don't see how that works. Like, how could it have knowledge that they're lying or not?
I mean, the spell will still go off even if I'm like, I could set a condition for when I'm like unconscious. And in that
But
case, my character
You
doesn't
obviously
know.
know that you're unconscious. Like, that is much more of a physical trigger than the abstract
have-
idea that someone's lying to
You
you.
would have no
No,
conscious.
I would say
thought.
that.
Contingency. We're talking about spell.
But
Yeah.
the idea of contingency is for
Yeah,
back up
I
if
would
I'm
say
unconscious.
it has to be something that you would be able to at least like. It can happen before you. Your senses can possibly compute it like a computer, but it couldn't be like something that you would never ever know not in a million years.
well, because otherwise it's just metagaming. It doesn't fit in the world at all.
Yeah,
Because there are spells for that. I just don't see how that spell could use it. Like, how
Well,
can
but,
you
I
set
mean,
the trigger?
The thing is, there are game-breaking spells in D&D, so it really is just up to like
Yeah.
how you want.
wanna
Because
have
you're
it.
right. Like technically, you are right.
It doesn't
Like,
say anything about
yeah,
it.
it doesn't.
But, yeah.
Cliff, we were wondering. We just wanted to hurry. If you want, we were gonna. We have like 20 minutes left. We were gonna see if you want to do the trade.
Yeah, get the staff back and then...
and then we can start next time after.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a 9 on my investigation in the library.
Yeah.
I got a map, but it's like old.
I was actually
But I
gonna
copied
say like you do find that like a lot of the history's either been rewritten or destroyed,
Yeah.
which also I think kind of fits in with your what you got for your check too. So there may be more knowledge, but if there is, like you weren't able to find it or read between the lines and
Yeah.
detect it.
Okay.
Really? And then he goes to the bathroom? Are you kidding me right now?
Doesn't matter.
We were talking about the spell contingency.
Yeah.
Are you... Dude, there's been a lot of, like, philosophy in this session. You three must be the smartest of my group because you three are together. We've talked so much philosophy about, like, yeah, but just because he's undead doesn't mean he's not a person. Well, if he's not a person, does he not have some sort of independence? No, because the spell states he's not independent. Well, then is he really intelligent?
Well, that's kind of my idea anyways, though. Is in
Stop.
theory, you're programming them anyways, so why not be able to program them better?
No.
It's,
What do you
The
think?
undead. Like, the idea of necromancy to me is like, outside of specifically communicating with them, it's like programming them to be a robot for you, just with flesh instead of, anything else.
Yeah.
So,
I really wish he had create homunculus of himself.
homunculus kind of sucks, though.
I was looking at its stat logging. Yeah, it has like 4 HP.
It literally is only good for, like, just representing you in places you can't go for, like, spying. It can't talk, even. Like, what's the...
I thought they could.
It can talk.
No, it says specifically in the stats, it cannot speak but understands the language of its creator.
It says that on homunculus.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it had
I thought
I thought you could speak through it.
You share all of its senses and knowledge immediately, instantly. But yeah, it can't talk for you. So then it's like, okay, it's kind of dumb.
I guess it could write.
Well, it also says it can act as your diplomatic, like, emissary. And I'm like, but how? It specifically says can't speak.
Yeah.
You know what? That was actually kind of nice.
Yeah.
Writing, I guess.
And it has 5 hit points.
Yeah.
And it has a poisonous bite, but still, that's a very powerful...
I mean, it's no different than like a closet or whatever that you can summon. That's like a piss familiar.
Yeah, I don't know.
Never mind. Clatter's better.
Yeah, clatter is better. Literally just animating dead or just a familiar. It's better.
Hashtag clatter's better.
Anyway, okay.
So do we go back and sleep then?
Yeah.
Sorry, so it's the 11th of Belnick.
We fight our way through the blizzard.
It is the 11th, and it is still snowing pretty hard. It's snowing a lot like it was on the 9th. So not quite a blizzard, but it's still snowing pretty bad. You're still like in the midst of the storm. The storm is supposed to last like a week. So
It's actually kind of nice because we can still go to the Port Jalron.
Yeah.
So he should be finished with the staff by now. Yeah. It's been 2 days.
yes, he said
Yeah,
you
we're
could
heading
return.
Let's teleport back.
Okay. Lannis can teleport you back there. But Lannis also informs you he is getting worried about his circle, especially after like this huge storm. He does want to see how they fared. So after this,
Wait, can you teleport our horses back? Too?
yeah, it's just a portal opening that lasts it lasts one round, not one round, one turn, so it lasts 6 seconds. I think, right?
No.
Yeah.
A round is 6
one.
seconds.
Or is
Wait,
it 10
one
seconds?
town is
No.
one round is a full minute, right? Because every turn's 6 seconds. Wait, so it depends on how many people are in the round.
No.
No.
Everything
One
happens.
full round where everybody
It's
goes
6 seconds.
is 6 seconds. So 10
Everyone
rounds
yeah,
is
yeah,
1
yeah,
minute.
Acts at the same
So it opens up, but it only lasts one
Is
round,
that
meaning
what it says?
yeah, it only lasts 6 seconds. So the thing is,
So it's like everybody goes.
yeah, so you don't have time to be like, yeah, very quick.
Is it like a portal door, or does he like summon under us and we all just like?
No, I think you just like, this tree's good, go. Like, you just
So-
step through the
I
tree.
guess 6 seconds is kind of a you could push horses.
2,
It
3,
it doesn't really make
5,
sense.
6.
In real world, like you couldn't fit all those people
But
through.
do
How
we-
big is the door?
Need our horses.
Depends on the tree.
Oh, it's like through a tree.
Yeah,
You walk
that's
through
the
a
travel
tree.
through
That's what we're
plants,
saying. It's not like no, you have to like, hey, step into this tree.
So he's got to find a big ass tree.
It has to be large or larger.
And also, how are you going to get a horse to walk into a tree?
Yeah.
I'm just.
In 6
I
seconds.
mean, we're
3
about to have our
horses?
staves. We can just teleport and get them if we want later.
It's
Now we don't need horses.
mechanically it works because you take turns and you have your movement. But
Yeah.
like,
You can go.
actually thinking about it, no way it would work.
That's a lot of D&D though.
Yeah.
However, do you want to just make a check and travel on foot with your horses?
No.
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 Might as well just teleport.
Let's leave our horses.
Because
locked
with
up
the
here.
staff, we can always
we can
go
bring
back
the
and-
horses through.
You can bring the horses through.
Okay.
Well,
Maybe we'll say in the
If we're
future
riding the
that's something to
horses.
consider for sure, because you're right. Like 6 seconds, it's kind of crazy. But also the use of saying 1 round is really only meant for like in combat. In reality, it's just
Yeah.
a very short period.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we have to be like, can we get through? I'm not.
I mean, in theory, if it is 1 round, you could always get through
yeah,
it.
exactly.
but-
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Because then
And
those
combat
6
to
seconds
get through
gets
this.
infinitely longer the more
Yeah.
people are in combat.
Right.
Like you have 120 people in combat and it's 6
Right.
seconds.
Because
6 seconds,
technically,
everyone could go through.
They can all
you're
walk forward and hit each other
'cause
one at a
technically you're all
time.
going at the same time.
Yes, it's technically
But,
within the
yeah,
same
you're
6
right.
seconds.
So no, you can teleport through. Okay, you return to Rinjax's little hut, which you see obviously like covered in snow.
Rinjax's tiny hut. We go and he's dead. The staff's gone.
His hut's gone. There was a huge explosion here.
I will
I'm
actually
gonna live
say
forever. Just explode.
I made 3 checks and he
Dude,
had,
that's so
he
big.
had to get an 80% or higher to succeed at least once, and if he hadn't, things could have been bad.
Well,
Yeah,
But he got a 20, a
Not binder or
40,
something?
and an 80. So he succeeded.
a check of 80.
Yeah, because he's such a powerful wizard, I gave him advantage, but without the staff, he wouldn't got to make a 3rd roll. So I was like, okay, with the staff, I'll let him roll 3 times, because it makes sense that like that amplified his power. So without the staff, he would have failed.
At binding.
Binding her.
No.
Oh, it make himself immortal?
Yes.
That would be really funny.
But he succeeded. He's now immortal.
Well, you're about to find out.
He comes out, he's like, he's like older.
So, you go to his hut. You go in. It's the same room as it was before. And,
You good looking now?
yeah, once again, he presents himself to you. He looks very similar as he did before. Same. Remember, like, he doesn't wear these elaborate wizard
Yeah.
robe. He wears, like commoners.
And it's probably not even him.
And his staff was, like, just a rugged piece of wood. But now he holds the staff of the Magi. His ears are still cut, but he does look younger. Not much different, but
He's
he
like not
does,
hobbled, he's like standing
look
tall.
younger. And actually, Rattle, I want you to make a perception check.
Perception. Do I get advantage on this because I know him?
No.
I get to roll it all because I know him.
Yes.
Put my dice.
Good boy, Rattle.
His penis was.
Clatter already knows what's going on.
Perception. You said?
I want Clatter to become like a god in this universe. Like the god of the
I was rolling
undead.
terribly earlier, and now I'm rolling well.
Turns around, Clatter's holding like
A
the
19?
sword we swore on.
You do notice something on him, not necessarily physically, but
His huge package.
looking into his eyes. He's always had kind of these like very colorless eyes, but there's something in his eyes that's almost like a fire burning,
A twinkle in his
forever.
He's Santa Claus.
But beyond that, you sense something on him that only a fellow necromancer would be able to sense. 2 things. First, you sense not one, but many souls churning within him.
Oh no.
Second, you sense that though he appears to be young, he is no longer technically alive. He himself is now undead.
So a lich.
He calls himself Von Hohenheim.
Um,
He made a friggin' philosopher's stone out of all these people.
Well, I got
Claps.
this mace
You bonk him, he just
pulls out
disintegrates.
pepper spray, sprays him in the face.
because he still only has 30 hit points.
Um,
He's a commoner.
He says that all business was done accordingly. Everything went to plan. The Red Devil has been bound and will remain bound for some time. The binding will not last forever, but it will last sufficiently. He has a few things for you. First of all, he pulls out a metal capsule. And the metal capsule is pretty intricate, about this long.
I'm gonna need you to take this suppository.
Yeah.
He says using the power of the Red Devil, he's given this to you. But it's a one-time use, so save it. No, it is a spell scroll. This spell scroll will give you the ability to summon a true solar eclipse, but only once. It pretty much uses her power, so as long as she's bound, it will work. But yeah, it's a one-time deal. Obviously, use it wisely.
Write it down.
Are you writing that down?
Write it down in your spell book.
Yeah.
But
That's yours.
We also just need to record that you have it.
Yeah, I recorded it as part of
Okay.
the inventory.
And you can just, the spell itself is not really named.
I
You just
summon
say this.
solar eclipse.
Perfect.
Couldn't have said it better
Summon
myself.
super silly 6 solar eclipse.
Summon Super Saiyan 6.
Additionally, as you guys bargained, he will give you the staff on loan, and it will be yours until you have finished fighting an island, at which point he will return to you, and you will give it back, and it will be his forever. But for now,
Unless he feels loose.
it's yours.
Well, now we can use this staff to
on
go get more
loan.
wheat and make another one.
But yeah, the staff just kind of floats. The staff floats from his hand and goes to yours.
The what?
The
Staff.
staff,
It went to you.
gives it to you, and he pulls back out his old staff. It's just like a gnarled wood staff, like very plain looking.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, that's concluded your guys' business. He says he accomplished what he wanted to do. There is no.
Does Rattle know what he did? Can you guess? I don't know what it is.
Um,
I mean, besides obviously fueling himself with
I don't
souls.
think I would know the spell that he.
You could make an
Yes,
Arcana check to determine.
Okay.
I don't know what he did, so we
Back
can
to
do
shit
it.
rolling. 11.
Because in theory, right, what he did to himself would be one potential avenue
Use dice, what would I
to
go?
fight an island.
You do remember that he was, while you were with him, he was studying something. Something he didn't really reveal to you, though he kind of taught you a few things and was always experimenting. You remember an off comment he made once to you.
I'm gonna become God.
He told you that the best part about being like a wizard, like as a healer, is that when people don't survive, nobody questions you. And he said something like that will be perfect for fueling it.
I mean, I did know, at least in notes, that he basically decides whether he's going to save them or not, and the people that he doesn't, he experiments on his several layers of his chamber.
I mean, that's
below
fair.
the hut. So,
And he's like, yeah, so he saves enough people, nobody like, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, they didn't make it.
yeah.
But he saves enough, nobody questions him.
He came in with a paper cut. How did he die?
He couldn't make him, didn't make it.
Yeah, he comes back out like younger looking, fire in his eyes. He's like, don't know what to tell you.
His head,
Have you ever heard of death by 1,000 paper cuts?
the body's head is gone.
Yeah.
So,
These kind of fiends, they spread quickly.
I had to amputate
Rattle
the head.
does want to ask him, since he does, he is also a necromancer and creates constructs or whatever else, has those books that you mentioned. I want to ask if there's anything I could do to help Clatter learn, to make him into a mage, to make him my apprentice. What,
He-
like, any... Yeah, I forgot the specific question I was going to ask.
To help him grow.
He kind of scoffs at you and is like, why would you want this sort of creature as, like...
This is our friend, sir.
Yeah, he's talking to you about you. He mistakes you.
Genuinely, Clatter's now favorite NPC by far.
He asked why you would want this as your apprentice.
You took Rattle.
And now for the second time in the night, we're like, oh yeah, you're totally right. We're idiots.
No, I think it's great.
Nope.
To see if it can be done.
Yeah, that's Rattle's thing. Is like, well, it might not be permanent, but I think it would be valuable experience. So
how could you not look
Like,
be happy for
in
your
theory,
apprentice?
right? If you could make like an artificial lich that's like under your control, that's kind of a cool idea.
He says the problem with your being is that it is soulless. Without a soul, its learning will be very, very limited. However, acquiring a soul for it is not impossible. He says, I have a few on hand, and I'd gladly lend you
Yeah,
one.
it's creepy
I
as
think
fuck.
Rinjax
All right.
wants to excuse himself.
Rattles is like, sick, dude. Let's do it.
Willing souls. We should find somebody who doesn't want to die, who is going to die.
He already has souls. He has souls available.
Well, yeah, but if it's
He
not
says
one that would rebel against
he
you,
has a
it'd be better.
few souls that are near the end of their use to him, nearly expended, and he will let you have one of them. It is up to you to pick which one you want.
Danik.
Let me
Any
be the
sailor
voice of
souls?
reason here. Will having a soul possibly lead to rebellion, like from this?
Depends on the
creature?
soul. I have full.
Possible.
I have full faith. With the staff of the Magi, we should be fine. Even if it does rebel, we can start again.
Yeah.
We just get the circle back and make the
Okay.
next one, and they're all called Clatter. Never like no, you don't understand. Clatter's the one with the circlet.
The souls he has now
like,
have lost
Made
their
in
name
Abyss.
and memory.
Exactly, that's like
entirely.
what I was thinking.
So they're a complete empty slate, but this soul will allow him to take on like more
Develop.
permanent, like more humanoid-esque traits. You have 5 to pick from.
Okay.
He has a timid soul, a fanatical soul, a spiteful soul, an addicted soul, and an overambitious soul.
Sunrise
named-
Spiteful dude?
One named Abby Normal.
Whatever soul you pick will pretty much like it's the trait that he will grow and embody. Along with others, he can become more human, but this is the trait.
What
that
was the
will make him
last one?
overambitious.
No, not that one.
Yeah, I was about to say that one sounds pretty good.
Is there a hot female soul?
There's addict, so just like very addiction prone, spiteful, fanatical,
Spiteful sounds
or
bad.
timid.
Fanatical.
I feel like
sounds
fanatical
fun.
is what I'm going with. Let's
Yeah,
go fanatical.
that could be funny.
Especially if he's like
I
fanatical
agree.
to
Yeah,
you.
he's like
That's
my
fanaticism can be like somewhat
cult of
controlled.
He's fanatical to an island. He's like constantly sabotaging us. It's like Don Skeleton.
Fanatical against necromancy. Yeah, exactly.
He's trying to kill himself
Fanatical about
every day.
life. He's undead. He's like.
We can make him closer.
So go ahead and just write this trait by like his little learning
my
thing.
cluttered sheet.
Fanatical.
Does he get more powerful by absorbing more souls? Is it like Soul Eater?
He can become a lich by absorbing multiple souls.
Kind of cool.
He becomes the overambitious one becomes the lich before you do.
No, but with this soul, it's up to you. He can remain a skeleton, or over time, you can like
Evolve.
begin to graft flesh back onto him. And along with that, as he begins to study and grow, I'll also allow you to begin to boost his other skills as well. Like, I'm essentially going to say over time, you can turn him back into pretty much a human.
Dude, he could be your next character.
Or you can choose to keep him as a skeleton and just amplify his other abilities. You don't have to turn him
Eventually,
back.
we can make like a mithril magic heart that like powers him even if you're gone. He like still has to live on. He's like a
Also,
like a defender automaton instantly.
he has the capability, he or she, nothing yet.
We'll find a way to trap
Jeez.
him. Trap him in the
He has the capability of
Campaign.
speaking common, not yet, but naturally that will come, but
Yeah.
you will have to teach him any other language.
He's got
Okay.
Or her.
Come on.
Genderless at the moment.
She, they.
He says that you are still his apprentice. He doesn't release you from that yet.
Sweet, dude.
But
Good.
you
Train me
are like becoming very impressive. Don't make a fool of yourself using the staff. And last of all, don't let this like little creature bring shame to us.
To us, we gotta think.
He's
now.
talking about you again.
I know. No, we have to make Clatter the most powerful being on the planet. We just give Clatter the staff of the Magi and have it suicide.
He obviously is rooting for your success, as though Annihilan's coming and destroying of Chainyia may not mean the end of him, he still has more business to do in this world.
This guy does seem a little bit like Satan now. He's kind of creeping me out.
Yeah.
True, he's a good guy.
Yeah,
He's helped us out. He's
To be
done
fair,
nothing bad.
before we met him the first time, and it was obviously an impossibility. Rattle was rooting for a way to kill him and be off with him and take over his stuff.
Well, now killing him is
How many charges does the
mirror.
wand have left now?
What
Staff of the
one?
Magi.
Staff-
Because you were keeping track.
I thought it would change after he had it. So
Well, just how much did it have
it
when you
had
did
10.
it? So it had 10, and how many does it regain at dawn?
Like
Two.
14?
Yes, I
Something
think
like that.
14's like the base.
Is it 2d6?
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a.
It gains 4d6 plus 2
Hmm.
at dawn.
Okay, so let me roll to see how much it gained versus how much you used.
And we can pump spell slots into it. Max is 50.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
So, it currently has 22 spell slots in it.
Okay, before we leave,
So he didn't
Rinjax,
use. He actually gained more than he spent.
I'm gonna ask Rinjax before we leave, like, hey, would you mind pumping some big spell slots into this?
He says that sadly he cannot expend
Used it.
even
Okay,
a
fine.
single slot of magic at the moment. Even though he has plenty, he needs them for other purposes at this time.
Right now, huh? Okay. 22 spell slots.
Mhm.
You said? Okay. Slots.
I'm young and I have to
But
go
once
to
again, he
the
says he will be keeping a very, very careful watch on you and hope that you succeed. And he says if you happen to fail, perhaps he will do to you what you've done to this poor soul. And we can continue this little companionship
Aw.
of ours.
Sweet. That's like actually kind of sweet, dude.
Yeah. Passion. Very good.
Flash forward to like the most hellish thing you've ever seen in your entire life that he's performing on Rattle. Nasty.
Good night.
Good night, Bob.
Good night.
The end of Midsummer when the guy goes in the shed. I will.
That's what I was thinking. Something like
Yeah.
that. Hellraiser pinhead.
Sweet.
Okay,
That's awesome.
the staff is back in your possession. What a session this
We
was.
can continue on.
Actually, though.
It's like such a silly, pointless session, but we did kind of turn around and get some stuff done.
We
I
got
am going to
some good
say
stuff, I
we'll
think.
start next session at 9 a.m. I'm just going to say that hour is like...
Because we also have enough
maybe 8.
teleportation and stuff
We
now
have
to go to other places.
Clatter, so this is the best session, actually.
Actually, though, in my mind, now like Atheist is like, yeah, we should just make Clatter the best.
Yeah, no, it's true. Like, we kind of just had the room to...
Hey, the best part is he's immune to the arrow.
I know.
Goram, dude, 'cause he's
That's what I said. He could be the champion.
Yeah. He'll,
Or in
we'll
worst
all
case
go
scenario,
down, but he'll...
we all kill ourselves and let Rattle turn us into Clatter
Or
equivalent.
give Clatter the staff and he can
That's what I
run
said.
in
He can
and-
suicide.
yeah, exactly. That's the point.
If he's
But I
smart
do
enough.
really want to lose that staff.
But really,
Even
what
for
would
that.
actually
Well, he's
happen-
going to lose it
that's
anyway.
what we're saying now, and that's Rattle's plan. But Rattle's going to have such a bond with him by that time. Rattle will be
I wouldn't
to
do
go
it.
and explode.
Yeah, I killed myself to save Clatter.
Take it away from Clatter.
It's like your plan the whole time, but in the end you're like, I can't let you do this.
It's like Gale in Baldur's Gate. I'm like, yeah, you can't believe yourself.
I'm not fighting for Chainyia.
'Cause my
I'm
game
fighting
ends.
for you.
Even though I technically should have won. Gale
I
blows himself
know.
up. It's like, you lost. I'm like,
Oh,
did
right.
I though?